recording has started. To speedrun a recap. You guys were on the road down to Helmsley's Manor when you came across a strange merchant from out of town, apparently hired by Helmsley to deliver a message to seize attention. Those people apparently being important to all of this stuff, and C being an assassin of some notoriety, coming back from the Den of Deceivers. What exactly the scenario is going on is not clear at this point. However, what is clear is that there should be a good deal of resources getting pumped into, well, the Den of Deceivers, and so if you can cut them off, you will leave Helmsley in a worse state. At the worst case. And in the best case, you will simply decapitate one of his best men. Literally and figuratively. Between you and the Den of Deceivers is 2 points of interest. One, the small town of Selend, and 2, the Laughing Gully, where Helmsley is supposed to be. Selend is the first on your trip, where you intend to make a brief layover to, well, reduce some of Helmsley's presence in town. Again, any comments, questions, concerns?
To double check, you said Helmsley was in Laughing Gully. It's C, not Helmsley, right?
Yeah, Helmsley's right-hand man is what I said, I believe.
Okay, sorry. Yep, then we're good.
Yeah, I think I said to decapitate one of Helmsley's best men.
Ah, okay. Yep, yep.
And this is the funky music of the day. I apologize if it gets muted on YouTube because I have no idea what the copyright claim situation is around this music. Dragon Ball music.
Yeah, like.
You guys head north and keep track of what's going on around you. Trying your best to not be ambushed by any sort of, well, carts, giant aardvarks, giant termites, apparently, or assassins. The only one apparently on the road ahead of you is somebody named Vodrick, which JP, the army, had identified as being a mid-ranked, pretty typical assassin, one that you'd far outstripped at this point, which means the men under his control are probably, small fries even in comparison to him. And so you don't really have much fear as you guys approach the town of Selend. Your guys' party token is this thing.
What was the 4-leaf clover?
That was Lucky Group 4.
Oh, okay.
That was Shogunate Jade Forest.
Got it.
As you guys approach, you can see a distinctive white limestone tower. Off in the distance, towering over a small village. The village is surrounded on half of itself by, well, forest. On your right, the large Cloudspire forest. On the left, small, well, just typical forest. It's kind of a stark difference, actually, that there's only a few hundred feet between these two forests that are very much different to each other. To your left, you can see a couple of rolling hills as well, and a river, which has been running basically alongside this road for quite some time. The floor is yours. I believe everybody can control the party token. If not, I should be able to, yeah, it's all controlled by everyone.
Alright, we're told the goons are in the watchtower, so we should go to the watchtower. I feel like you can sneak if you want, JP, but we can pretty much just, from the info we know now, we should be able to just kind of waltz right in and head there to take him out and
What if they like
interrogate them.
arm or something?
We know from last session that it's nothing we can't handle.
Yeah, maybe this encampment is something we can't handle, but what about if they sound an alarm and then the other ones are prepared?
There aren't any other encampments around.
Okay, wait, yeah, sure. We walk below.
Okay, you guys walk forward into town. Let me turn camera up because I think Demon Mike's a little bit quieter than the other one.
Oh, you just wait.
Yep, I'm gonna regret it.
The trap shall be sprung. All shall be silent, and then...
And as you walk into town, you notice that there is not a ton of activity going around in the immediate houses around you. There doesn't seem to be a lot of, like, plowing or anything going on either, so this place is almost certainly being serviced by either mining or maybe, like, hunting. I mean, you know there's a butcher shop here, so maybe they do leatherworking or something, who knows. But as you guys approach, some of you kind of sneaking and some of you boldly striding in, you notice that what few villagers are around, sweeping their porches and, you know, just living village life, seem to eye you a bit warily. Not that they are, like, hostile to you, but, like, the whole place is supposed to be on lockdown, and they're not quite sure what your deal is, but they aren't dumb enough to approach the heavily armed group of people that are just kind of sauntering into town. A few of the children and, you know, womenfolk are, you know, you can see them enter back inside their homes. As people aren't sure if this is about to be some cowboy bullshit, which indeed it may be. Town ain't big enough for both of you. You and Helmsley's men, that is. As you approach the equally desolate limestone watchtower in the middle of town. They don't have a sentry posted out front, so either they're very sloppy or they're not there, who knows. Survey this area. Would you like to approach the watchtower, or explore the town more, or do something else?
This is the whole party, or just me and Zach?
All of us.
Yeah, you and Zach are kind of sneaking. Somebody, I think you guys said some of you are sneaking and some of you are just boldly striding.
Yeah, let's go just explore one by one, see what's going on.
As silly as it is, I'm gonna try to sneak.
I'll be boldly striding towards the tower. Figuring that's where everyone is, we just go straight there so we can get this over with and get info for moving up north.
I'll be kind of parallel to Zach if I can keep up, but it doesn't look like I'll be that sneaky.
As you approach town, or rather approach the watchtower, like I said, it appears to be pretty much abandoned. And as you get closer, maybe some close enough to look in Yaramir, because he's taken 25 or whatever the fuck he can take for free.
Yep.
You can notice that the watchtower doesn't seem to have anybody inside it or around it, which is a strange sign. Are they already on the move? Or did they get tipped off about you somehow? That doesn't make sense. You just figured out this morning.
I don't like this.
Is there a door to the watchtower that's unlocked?
You're going to try the watchtower door and find that indeed there is no lock on it. It's made out of wood and kind of just swings open, although it is a little bit stuck at first and you're worried it's locked, but after you give it a small heave, you can see it, you know, it's just kind of scraping against the floor. And you can see that there's a small groove of limestone carved out from the base here, where this ill-fitted door has certainly made its mark.
I want to do a spot check inside to make sure I'm not going into any traps.
Traps finding would be dungeoneering. If you want to look around, it'd be a spot check.
Okay. I'll look around. I don't know if anyone has dungeoneering I want to do.
I have 10 spot. I don't have dungeoneering.
I have dungeoneering. I can look.
You're about to enter and Yaramir stops you and, like, motions of, let me search for traps, idiot.
Yeah.
So Yarmir, check for traps, and then I'll fill it in for you that you do it the smart way. You check for traps, then look around, rather than look around,
Yeah.
then check for traps.
So I have a dungeoneering
Yeah.
trap specializations.
You
And
double
it's
your
+5,
ranks.
but okay, so it's 10.
Yep, you get a plus 10. Yarmir, as you approach the door, the idiot already pushed it open, which is kind of why you rushed over, like, what the fuck are you doing? But thankfully, it doesn't seem to have sprung any traps or anything wired to the door. And as you're looking inside, it seems to have been recently occupied, and they indeed have materials that you could make traps out of set about. But it doesn't seem like they've set anything up here. So if they knew you were coming, they didn't booby trap this place. At least as far as you can tell. You can definitely tell they had the means to do it, so that means maybe you should be wary of it elsewhere. But the villagers weren't panicked about, walking around outside, so maybe it's more contained elsewhere. As the bunny begins looking around the watchtower, there seems to be a ladder that goes up to get a better vantage point, and around the room, it seems to be a small barracks-like configuration. Several, cots are laid out on the sides, as well as a small, low table where they've seemed to have been cutting snacks or something. Mostly dried rations, nothing better than what you guys already have on you. You count a total of 6 cots around the room, so a relatively large room, but mostly just for living. As you look at the ladder that goes up, you can tell that you'd get a good vantage point if you would go up there, but it might make you a little bit more visible to anybody else. Would you like to go and get a good eagle-eye view of the town?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go.
Am I able to enter the tower?
Not without Kool-Aid Manning.
Fuck. Alright, I'll just kind of chill outside. Is there somewhere that I could sit that's not just next to the door?
You try to blend in with the limestone.
Yes.
Man, did our tower get wider? No. The villagers are so nice, they built an extension to our tower while we were gone. So, who's got good spot up there? The bunny and,
I got 10.
Alright, yeah, the bunny, you do get an advantage to your spot check as well. So you get like a +5, or the DC's lower, basically is how you treat it. So you roll whatever you're going to roll for spot. As you look around town and try to figure out what's going on, because there's not too much activity, before you noticed to the northwest of you, along the edge of the river, you can see a small group of people gathered outside the butcher shop, and they don't look like villagers. As a matter of fact, you would say they look like thugs, goons, whatever you want to call them.
Goons, you said.
Josh, this is the side we entered on, right?
You enter on the southeast side of town, yes.
Can I basically just be around this corner? Just as far as, like, where I'm hiding at, not next to the door?
Sure.
I'll point them out to JP and kind of mention we should probably pop down, and especially with the rhino, and start heading that way. That looks like where the people we're needing and looking for. And then I'll then head down the ladder and point out to the rhino, mention if anyone wants to sneak, now's the time to do it. But we need to head northwest to the butcher shop right over here, and that's where these goons are at.
If only we had a sniper ranger.
Yeah.
Just sit in the tower and we just auto win.
Wet dream.
You guys approach the butcher shop. Well, not that you know it's a butcher shop, you just know it's a place that looks like it's got a bunch of... It's an abnormal density of armed people, which is always a good sign for adventurers.
Yep.
As, once again, 2 of you boldly striding, 2 of you sneaking. The boldly striding part maybe not so bold for Cameron's Inquisitor. He's just kind of following the bunny. As you guys come outside, a place that you can tell by the... Indeed, a butcher, as it's got the universal sign for a haunch of meat. As you enter from the west of this map, because that's the south side of that, yeah. Yeah, the rhino is, he's doing his best to hide over here, we'll say.
Yeah.
Using positioning to his advantage.
using positioning and his lack of movement speed to his advantage.
Yeah, how far away does that place me?
Too far. Actually, yeah, you'll be able to get in soon enough.
Pretty short map. I would drag Reiner and Yarmir on the map, but I know you guys have had issues in the past and I do that, so I would request that you do it yourselves. As you approach these guys, and their attention seems to be on this door. And you're not really sure why, but none of them seem to have spotted you. You're not sure, again, if it's a lack of competency or just whatever they're doing is very fixated on this door. The door is open, although from your angle you can't see what's going on inside.
I'll just start walking up to the south of them and trying to see what's in the door.
Just a window.
That is a window it's shuttered. If you want to, you could try to, like, pick it open.
Nah, I won't fuck with it.
You can maybe see inside, but you already see the inside. I didn't like, put the fog of war on. You know, you don't have a clean line of sight to all the building. There's nothing in this room. In the room you're looking through. Yeah, the Rhino puts his hand up to the shutter and tries to, like, make no noise and look through it, but all you see is an empty room. Although it's, you know, nicely enough decorated. There's a nice couch in the corner. As you can get close enough, Zach, that your ears pick up the conversation that these guys are having. Not that they were really making much of a cause to hide it, and not that they were making much of a cause to stop you. As in, they didn't really turn to look around who's, you know, coming. They probably just assumed you're villagers or something. Oh damn, I lost my place in my notes because of that stupid closing. Where's that? The nearest one to you is seemingly the one talking, and he is, judging by the tone of voice and, well, the flow of the conversation, these guys are all just bitching about being stuck here on the outside. As the first one would say, why does Abe always get to go in with the boss? All we get to do is just sit around in here and look at the villagers. Before the furthest one from you, would reply back saying, shut up. If you at least get to, like, go on walks, they just leave me in the damn tower all day. As you approach Zach, and you're not sure if you want to join in their conversation or leave them to their idiocy, but as you get closer to the door, you can see that, you know, you can see into the building, but you don't see anybody inside, but you can overhear some muffled, low speaking going on inside there. But these idiots outside are yakking, so it's hard to pick up that conversation inside the building.
I'll pop a little closer and just sigh and just kind of stand in between them and see if they notice who I am.
Yeah, as you actually get, like, right up next to them...
When would be appropriate to ask for my sneak attack round so I can move? If I get one.
When initiative is rolled, and...
Gotcha.
As you approach between these two, Zach, like literally between the two, that seems to be enough to finally get their attention. As like you walk past or walk behind one, and you can see him kind of stand up a little bit, but not really make any moves yet. Before you like, you know, you settle down next to him, and then he finally looks over. And the other one looks over as well. The one to your one. Oh god, can't change the directions very easily.
Zach goes, meh. What's up, Doc?
Yup.
As the one who wasn't talking, at least you're right, that's staring you down, would say, "Hey, Aiken, were you expecting a beast guy?" Before Aiken, apparently the guy to your left would shake his head and say, "No, Adrian, I don't think so." Zach, as you get close enough to look at these guys, before you were just kind of like seeing them from the back, and like they look similar because they're in a similar uniform, they have similar, hair color, haircut, whatever. But now that you're looking between the two, you're a little bit confused because these guys have the exact same face. And as you look over at the other two, they also have the exact same face.
Fuck.
Quadruplets, it seems.
I rub my eyes and question aloud, is there one of you or four of you? But what?
They would look between each other and look at your question before saying, "You must not be from around here."
Correct.
They look between themselves, wondering why that intimidation tactic didn't work. As you know, that's the line for, starting negotiations. Before a third one over here would kind of move over and try to get around his brother? Twin? Quadruplet? Is that the right way to refer to people that are... Regardless. He would look over and say, "Hey, wait a second. That guy's got a sword." Or spear. Sorry, your character has a sword. That guy's got a spear. Isn't there supposed to be, only... You there, stop with the spear.
How do I stop a spear?
The one on the right, apparently Adrian, would ponder this for a moment before Aiken, the one on your left, would say, he means drop it, you're not supposed to have weapons. Hold on, you're not from around here. Everybody... Hey, aren't we supposed to stop people like this? He would finally look between his brothers.
I look at them all and say, you guys are very quick on the draw. Not hiding the sarcasm at all.
Alfonso, he would say to the far one, apparently. Go get the boss. And at that, Alfonso would start walking towards the boss. Again, guys aren't making... Doesn't seem like they're used to actually having a fight on their hands. As being the only guys in town with weapons and a part of, Helmsley's gang has made them very soft. Very soft targets. If you want to, just open a can on them at any time, you can, but...
I'll shrug, just looking at him, waiting for the boss.
He would walk inside, and you can hear whatever low conversation was going on in there get interrupted as he begins talking at his boss, saying, "Hey, there's somebody out here." And then you hear some murmuring. Just imagine peanuts muffles of whenever the adults are talking. Wah, 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 wah. Before he would say, "Yeah, they're not from around here. One of them's got a spear. The other one's just in the back, and he's got a book. I don't know what the book's about. I don't know how to read. What?" You get half this very, very high-level conversation. Before finally, this guy would sigh. I know Cameron's not here at his desk, but I would like...
Hear me?
Yeah. Oh, no, we haven't heard you yet.
I started to respond and then you could talk.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. Play it out.
As the guy would sigh, then turn around to the rest of you and would say, "You need to stop. Boss, he said that you're not supposed to do that." Before he would finally see out from the door stands a rather rare sight from out here for Outlanders, but one kind of familiar to Reiner. A greenskin. Yarmir, you recognize this assassin, as this is indeed, the one that you were warned of. Vodrick. And the absolute state or an assortment of random things, but most notably a poncho and a hat.
He looks like he has a lot of Mountain Dew on his desk.
Before Vodrick would look at the two interlopers, one being a rabbit with a spear, and the other one being some guy in a bunch of robes and a book. Not seeing the other two who are sneaking, unless he does. Well, I mean, he can't see T-Pab because he's line-of-sighted. But Yarmir, who's just kind of hiding in plain sight. Did you take your 24, JP?
Yes, I did.
He sees nothing. As a matter of fact, he kind of stumbles out of the room and like is squinting in the light and is like trying to make heads or tails of the shapes here. Before he finally looks between the two of you who are in plain sight. And would kind of take a more readied stance. Weapons not drawn, but hands definitely go to his hips as he stares you down. A lot more alert than his apparent goons outside. Before he would turn to the one who had, dragged him out into this mess, Afonso, and would say, "Why haven't you detained them yet?" Before he would say, Afonso would nod at him and say, "Well, I didn't know if we wanted to fight them, or..." Before Vodrick, the orc, would shake his head a little bit and say, "Isn't that what I pay you for? What the whole purpose of all this extortion's for?" Before Afonso would nod at him, like enthusiastically, like way too enthusiastically, like it didn't really occur to him that he had to do work for that pay. Before he would say, yeah. "You there, Blue Rabbit. We're gonna need you to come with us and put down that spear, like I said before."
I'll draw the spear and say, "Good luck."
"See, he's putting it down," he would say to his boss after you drew the spear.
"You be proud for my cold, dead hands."
Before, all of a sudden, from the ruckus on the inside of that building, you see another identical-faced person emerge from the inside.
Son of a bitch.
They did mention they had a brother named Abe who they were bitching
True.
about always being and getting the good jobs.
True.
This seems about
What
as
a woman.
I don't get it.
She had to have 5 children at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quintuplets.
That said, what a woman.
This is about as good a time as any to roll initiative, I figure.
Yeah, that's essentially what my being prized for my cold, dead hands was to go for. Hey, a casual 41.
Is this initiative?
Sir, yes, sir.
Now to go from the more relaxed, slightly silly funk to the higher energy, still slightly silly funk.
My first turn of combat will be silly funk. Let's see. I gotta map this out perfectly. I got 70 feet of movement.
Oh, Austin's not here.
Is that a bassoon?
I don't think that's a bassoon.
Bass clarinet, maybe?
That's more what I'm thinking, but you could be right. I'm having a hard time trying to
Josh,
explain
it's
the
a
difference.
contrabassoon.
Why would they make a bassoon illegal?
Shut up.
How do you know it's a contrabassoon?
Did you put your initiative in yet, T-Pab? You did not, okay.
Oh, I
No,
know.
sorry, I didn't either. I forgot about that.
I normally wait for you guys to do it because I will cuck you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yep.
every time I
Yep.
just like, it
Yep.
resets the initiative.
I just figured you'd put mine in. After you're done cucking us with your NPCs.
No, 0% chance it's a contrabassoon. The contrabassoon has that terrible "this instrument shouldn't exist" sound to it. this guy's is made out of bobinga wood, and I knew what that was before this video.
Alright, Quaylen, you are indeed first off the block. As
Okay.
you
Do
draw
we have
their...
to prompt you for a sneak attack, or do you like when do it like?
Do you wish to
combat
take your
rules?
sneak attack round right now?
Yes, I wish to move.
He is so slow, he needs that to be
Yeah,
relevant.
this is imperative.
Alright,
Not
you,
just-
you can take your sneak round. Same thing with Yaramir. But yes, you should prompt me if I ever skip it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to step on your toes.
Yeah.
We haven't used it since like in combat. I don't know if we've used it since Kage.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I don't
Okay.
think Alaxel ever tried.
I'm going to have fun with them. I'm going to use all 70 feet of my movement to run all around them in this manner. Essentially, they're, running around, run up, and I'll land right there. And then I'm gonna tornado swirl.
Yep, as you move around them, the one you walk around a bunch, whose name you're not sure if you've gotten yet, but that one gets dizzy. Actually, no, that one is Fonzo. The one you haven't...
Yep. That does 33 physical to... I'm sorry, I forget the guy next to me. And then Vodric, and then half that, so 16, 17 to everyone else, and they're all marked with Zephyr.
Okay, nobody's bloodied, but they are marked with Zephyr.
That was a very low roll.
Before it is Abe's turn. As Abe moves forward and starts shrieking about, "Oh, God, he's not dropping that spear! Get him!" As he attempts to stab you. Not almost quite very successfully, but not
10.
quite. Yep, that is good enough.
Oh,
As you-
sorry, 11 because he has Zephyr.
That's good enough to dodge as he puts a relatively precisely striked attack, but you're nimble enough to duck under it. Before Vodric would look kind of surprised at this general turn of events, but he was not terribly surprised as he already drew his weapons. Before he would call out saying to the rest of these guys, trying to rally them, saying, "Capture them, dead or alive. But we need to figure out what's going on with these guys afterwards with the curfew." Before one of the goons would reply back, "Doesn't that mean they need to be alive?" He does not reply. Roderick would... yes. Take a nice turn to prep for something.
Uh-oh. I don't like this.
It is Afonso's turn, who just got, beat up. Before he would kind of be the one to probably announce the boss, saying, "Does that mean we have to take them alive if we need to question them?" Before he attempts to stab and almost certainly misses unless you blunder.
Yep.
Before
That's +9.
Reiner, it is your turn. There are two guys next to you who are looking between you and the bunny who just stabbed all their, stabbed their brothers and their boss, but haven't committed to making a move to either of you yet, because to them all they see is you and the bunny.
Yeah, I was thinking about just rooting people, but
Do it.
do you just want me to root the two guys next to me, or do you want me
Sure.
to try to go? Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to hit me, so don't do that.
Yeah, let's. Oh, I didn't know we were going to be into combat, so I wouldn't say that I was in dark form though, which is a problem. And then
You always flashbang them in light form.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is fanatical purpose light which blinds
Think
And
fast,
then-
chuckle nuts. Flashbang.
Yep, I'm gonna flashbang these two fine gentlemen.
All right, roll your damage, and what's the save DC they need to roll?
Yeah. Cause an overwhelmingly bright burst of light to impede a target within 35 feet. This makes 1d6 plus into divine. Blinded for charisma over 8 rounds should they fail at DC level plus 3.
So DC 10. You said reflex save or
Fort save.
fort? Okay, their fort's not great.
My charisma is
They both fail.
You have a button for this too, Cameron.
18. Yeah, I know.
That also includes the fort save number and everything too, just for future reference.
Yeah, as Cameron makes them look between their boss and him for a moment before he would kind of casually just snap his fingers and call into existence a blinding
Flashbang through the door.
no, that's not doubled because they're not too wide.
Correct. I doubled it because most of the time we face giants. So
Okay, good.
That's why I have the 21 there. So it has, you can have either.
What's your alignment, Cameron?
Ooh. I thought I was true neutral. Is that it? I'm 99% sure. No,
What are you in your light form?
My light form would be the true neutral, and then I lose alignment for the dark form.
Okay. These guys are chaotic neutral.
You lose alignment. What do you mean?
He changes. He can swap.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but
That is enough to bloody them. And blind them, as one of them is blinded and is cursing loudly, asking why he always has to be on this flank of it. Why couldn't he be with the other flank? These guys bitch and moan a lot. As he begins to wander randomly. Nearly stumbling into Yarmir, but still just in that area. That's his turn. One of them literally wandered into you, T-Pav, although he is blind and didn't know he did it. He just bumps into a wall, quote unquote, and just assumes he needs to go elsewhere.
I love it.
He's just groping in front of him, T-Pav, and he gropes your leathery hand, and then he's, oh shit, he's not that way. He just turns around and starts walking back towards Cameron, trying to swing blindly.
Is it gonna interrupt you a lot, Zach, to pull that guy to stop whatever he's prepping?
I'm gonna do whatever you want.
There's no real good place to stand, though, is my only concern. This is a weird fight. Are we trying to kill these guys or spare them? What are we thinking?
I want to spare that.
We need to spare at least the big guy. The rest, it doesn't matter.
Oh, we're sparing the big guy?
Yeah, because we're interrogating him.
Gotcha. Okay, I mean, with that in mind, with Cameron having those handled, I would probably move here. I'm not going to shove Cameron, because I don't think he needs it. And I'm going to auto-hit a Tugging Breeze on the orc.
None of them notice the boulder-sized creature just going up, so you don't even need to auto-hit it, you just do that, because you're sneaking.
Oh, okay, so I just get an auto-tugging on the orc?
Yeah, you use your sneak attack.
It's embarrassing for them.
Yeah, he rolled a 1 in his spot, if you remember. As he finishes doing something to his weapons, and then you just yoink him.
I am going to... So, they don't need to be in any position for my double weapon to hit both, right?
Double, no. Crescent, yes. As
Okay,
long
yeah,
as they're
it's a
both within
double.
reach.
I'm going to double Cruel Smash this guy I'll have to hit. This guy gets auto hit because of the tugging.
Okay, attempt to hit the blind man.
Yeah, I know, but you know, things can happen.
You
11.
hit the blind man.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
He never saw it coming.
do I roll twice or just once hits both for Cruel Smash?
I believe it's 2 independent attacks.
Okay. So the orc gets hit for 38, the other guy gets hit for 49. I think he's dead, guys. Oh, no.
He starts bleeding out.
And they're both prone.
Orc is knocked prone and rendered bloody from that, thanks to Zach's previous damage too. As the orc notices you suddenly appear and then is taken aback as he looks up at your face trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and then you quickly basically cleave one of the guy's shoulder deep and then, like, with the other hand of this giant double axe, just butt him in the stomach.
Zach, has your rabbit commented on the rhino's ability to use wind magic?
Not yet.
Okay, just curious.
Yaramir, this fight looks like it's going well. You're not sure if you're needed, but it could always be fun. You never tried a non-lethal takedown with your abilities yet, but that dude looks like he's
Yeah,
incapped.
this guy has no idea I'm here. Am I close enough to get to him?
Bodrick? Yeah, you're pretty close.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll just walk up to him and
Non-lethal dispatch?
yeah, non-lethally.
Alright, roll to see if you crit. I think you got a crazy high crit chance now or something.
Just don't roll a 1.
You probably want to be there so you're not standing on T-Bab style.
He jumps off T-Bat's shoulder to hit him.
Yeah, some like sick ninja move off my shoulder.
So I still rolled a hit, right?
Yeah, when you that's a unique thing of Rogue, just to see if you you crit. Dispatch always confirms on 2+, it looks like. Wait, why is it written like that, Zach? What does that mean?
It's normally it's a 5+. It threatens. Cold Blood, if you use this, it's a 4+, and Dispatch, it's a 2+. So you just kind of it's additively. So if it's a 2+, if you use Cold Blood 2+, it auto confirms and it's dispatched.
Okay, but you did not use Cold Blood, so you still need to roll above a 2 or a 2 or higher to confirm the crit. So don't roll a 1 again.
He rolled again.
You rolled 2
3 3s. All right. You indeed strike him with the back of your two-handed blade, the one that you ripped off from the corpse of, well, that druid father, the shapeshifter one, the Fang. And with the butt of it, deliver a rather savage just bonk to the back of the head. Rolling your dispatch damage non-lethally. Yep, that'll do it. As you can feel the start of some cracking, but you don't think it'll be enough to, like, you know, kill him, hopefully, but he is definitely out cold.
Nice to see you again, buddy.
Oh, the 21 and 26 explosion. Holy crap. I was wondering why that was so high.
This guy is marked with Zephyr and sees out of nowhere a giant rhino just yank his boss, and then from out of nowhere as well, somebody just crack him in the back of the head and he goes down.
This guy gets put on the ground and then cracked in the head. Shaky's fucking.
Before he would look at his brother who just got cut in the stomach, before he decides he's probably better off not being here right now. As he attempts to run. Although, don't worry,
Yeah.
Zach will be able to catch him later, but he is off screen.
That's still an attack of opportunity. Can I take, please?
Sure.
Non-crit.
What's
that
it,
would
what is
be
it actually to hit? You're in range of blowout because he rolled
6. That's a 12.
Okay, he rolled a 5, including his agi. So,
Okay. That's -6, so that's a 19. Oh, and he has to make a fort save or he's stunned. DC 7 fort, or DC 10 fort save.
Yeah, as
This guy
Zach
does
hits him in the back, and then suddenly, just a gust of wind just knocks out of his chest, and he kind of caves over in front of himself, just like huffing and puffing and trying to figure out what's going on. As it stuns him and ends his turn, but you know, the way being stunned on your turn works is that it just ends immediately, but it interrupts your turn. But yeah, he got 5 feet outside of your range.
Yeah.
This one bleeds out, the one that T-Pav struck across the chest.
Oh, he's dead?
Yes.
Shit. Yeah, I was gonna try to heal him. Oh well.
You guys are fucking savages.
Alright, Quaylen.
Deaths during a duel are to be expected, Cameron.
Yeah. I'll go here and I'll not Sweeping Cyclone being AoE, I can still non-lethally do that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's only certain spells you can't, and I couldn't remember if mixed can or can't. I think it can, because Sweeping Cyclone's pure physical, right?
Correct, it's pure physical.
The only thing you can't do non-lethally is spells. So Cameron is hilariously not able to do non-lethal spells, because spells are like, they're just a script. They do what they do.
Okay. Zephyr means the auto crit. Non-lethally 44 to both of them because I can do it here since it's a wide cone and hit both of them since I have reach.
Okay, you provoke. No, you don't provoke.
Nope.
44 non-lethally is enough to drop them.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot to call non-lethal on the on
You're
the
fine.
mook.
It happens. Will one of them really be missed?
They have 4 more.
I imagine one of their brothers would probably miss their dead brother.
The real question is, do they know which one it is? Or do you know which one it is?
No.
We don't, so I'm sure they will figure it out eventually.
Leaving only... That guy's knocked out. Dodrick's knocked out. That guy's knocked out. Reiner, it's your turn, as there's a blind guy stumbling around you. And one guy that kind of caught his breath and is trying to figure out what's happening.
I'm just gonna hold action.
The hold action as this guy continues to wander randomly. Wandering over this way and bumping into the side of the building, cursing. Is he stop being blind yet, Cameron, or does he get one more turn? Is it a 2-turn or a 3-turn duration?
Charisma over 8.
2 rounds.
So 2, yeah.
Alright. He catches the edge of the building here, and then he kind of rubs his eyes and looks at the fact that like he's been blinded for 12 seconds, and one of his brothers dead. The rest of them are on the ground. His boss is on the ground, and he's just standing there in shock, staring at you, who's like holding a holy spell, ready to throw at him again. Tarkog, it's your turn.
Tarkog moves here, and then I'm going to command them, stop moving if you want to keep your life, and I'm going to intimidate.
Yeah, these guys aren't rolling good. This is exactly the mook fight I was expecting, guys.
Holy crap.
You've rolled more ones today than I've ever seen you roll.
That's unfortunate for us if we wanted the ones in the other fight.
Yeah.
Yarmir, it's your turn. The one that T-Pav looked at seems to have wet himself, but is not moving, much to T-Pav's command. I mean, the only one and maybe going to do something is his eyes are finally clear and like he's, you know, trying to get a grasp of the situation more than he is trying to figure. You know, he's not running nor is he cowering. He's just trying to figure out what's happening.
I just kind of stand there a few seconds after revealing myself of absolutely destroying this guy. My foot on his chest and just look around and say, surrender and save us all the time.
Oh,
So
sorry,
that's the
Josh.
plan.
On my turn, Tarkov does attempt to do a 10 wounds, but sees he's dead.
That was fine. JP wasn't talking.
Sorry, JP. I gotta turn you
You're
up.
not sorry, because you're just in your head ignoring everything I'm saying, so no.
I have you at
I-
200%, and I
Yeah.
barely heard you talking.
I didn't mean to escalate this.
Well, no, I shouldn't have talked over JP, but I have him at 200%, and I didn't register he was talking until I fucking started
Just
talking.
shut up and kiss me already.
Yes, I heard what JP said. Surrender and make this easy on all of us. As this guy over here already was in the process of doing that, as he kind of has dropped his sword subconsciously when the rhino yelled at him. Where's the last guy in the turn order at? He is near the bottom. So Quailin, you get another go around. The only one who has not had a chance yet to respond to all this commotion going on is the one in the corner. This one over here is...
Yeah.
Where's the terrified button? Where's the terrified icon?
Yeah.
There it is.
I'll just run over to him and just kind of look at him and lean on my spear and just let him be, and that'll be my turn.
That guy's knocked unconscious. Vodrick is drooling. You don't think he got brain damaged, but that was a really good hit. So hopefully his helmet, his hat is good at blunting that blow. That guy got KO'd. As it rolls back to Reiner's turn, who once again can make a call. You were holding an action before, so if you wanted to use it for something, you could.
I don't think I have anything to actually do because we want to keep the one guy surrender. Everybody who's not dead is going to surrender, and the only person we really, really care about is already like gang banged by people. So I don't think I have to do anything. So can I just hold again?
Yep, you could hold again, or you could casually join the Rhino and start to try to tend some wounds, or whatever.
Yeah, I'll
Maybe
do
tie
that.
someone up.
I'll start tending to this guy's wounds.
Bad news.
Yeah, this is the dead one, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know that right away, right?
You could always go for just a miracle heal check to see if you can put him in a coma instead of brain deading him, but that's like some nat 20 on nat 20 bullshit. I don't know if you want to waste that luck on some random schmuck.
If that's what the dice have decided, that's what the dice have decided.
Alright, Karen's character goes in on it. He looks at T-Pav, who like tended his wounds, and T-Pav's like, no, he's too far gone. As like his eyes are rolled back, and you're like, I'm not letting another one die on my watch, damn it. And you try to go
Plus 14.
You need nat 20s to do this, man. This is
Yeah, but
it's impossible normally.
Okay, I'll just roll two d20s.
Yes, you are correct. It would be plus 14, but the recently deceased is supposed to be like monk zen only. So if you're gonna
Oh no!
live, damn it, live, he says as he
I start slapping him.
Yeah, he just starts slapping him. It says live, 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 and just like does chest compressions, and all he does is make a fucking bloody mess of this.
Oh, nice.
This has been the Goon encounter, guys.
Perfect.
Just fuck my shit up. Just
Not perfect. None of these people needed to die.
well, I'm just saying, like the chain of events for like
Yeah, no, you're fine.
the nat ones make the trivially easy Goon encounter just hilarious. Like it goes from lopsided to a clown show. I can't do anything right. As this guy will attempt to read the room and see if he is clever enough to lay down his arms. More of a sense motive than anything else for him, because he's clearly lost. Alright, thank God somebody rolls above a 1.
I didn't know those exist.
As he would look towards Zach's bunny character and would nod and put away his sword, as he would say, Alright, you can keep your damn spear.
You don't fuck with America's boats, and you
him
don't
a
fuck
nod.
with Quaylen's spear.
Correct.
As you guys leave initiative order and begin setting up the bodies, or rather, the unconscious ones, doing your best to tend to the somewhat severe wounds that you gave to two of the brothers before you knocked them out, or rather, two of the ones you knocked out, and then one of the ones that surrendered, and the mild wounds that the other brothers sustained, as you drag the corpse of one of them over. They seem to be a lot more wary of you for the time being than scared, or rather, grieving their brother. They're still trying to figure out what the hell is happening and why they went from a normal day to, like, beaten and broken in 12 seconds, as is normal for you guys.
I'll get that.
As you set up Vodrick and a, impromptu interrogation station. And all the while, this has been, like I said, maybe the better part of like 30 seconds in character that you just wrote up and this happened. Before, finally, you hear some motion from inside the house. Or rather, the butcher shop. We'll go back to normal music. Revealing in the doorway a rather tall and strong-looking butcher. Or at least you hope he's a butcher, otherwise you don't know why he's got a bloody apron on. As he would poke his head out and see the fine mess you've made outside of his shop, and Bodrick over there, unconscious and being tended to by you guys in anticipation of some kind of, interrogation. He would look it over carefully and look at the group in front of him, and he would ask, rather curtly saying, "Do you want me to be involved in any of this?" As he seems to have grasped the situation that you are no friends of Helmsley's. From what you recall, Yarmir, you promised the hunter that you'd do this guy a solid in return for, the hunter had given you a lot of information on this place. You're not sure if this counts. Beating up the people that were shaking him down. But you're pretty sure it does.
Yeah, I can act Tekken as a student.
Gonna wave them off, or are you gonna ask him any questions?
I'll wait.
Sure. So what's been going on over here?
He would nod and then step outside, adding to the bloody pile over there. Not human blood for this stuff, thankfully. As he would look at the situation with some curiosity, although he clearly does not have much love for any of these people, as he doesn't really even bat an eye at their very beaten state. For he would say, "You walk into a village and beat up whatever thugs are around without knowing the situation? Strange lot you adventurers are. At least you seem like them."
When I recognize the thugs, yes.
He would nod and give you an appraising look, although not say anything to, draw attention to that, before he would say, "These thugs, if you don't know, belong to the liege lord of this area, one Helmsley. They collect, his taxes, but also they like to get some protection money on the side." You were seeing some of that.
How much did they take from?
The taxes, the protection.
Oh.
He would begin counting up before he would say, on the month it was about 3 gold in taxes and 2 gold for their protection, and they were trying to make it even for them in Helmsley. They said it was fair, and I tried to explain to them that my taxes are supposed to stop people like them from taking money, but they weren't having much of it.
I go and rifle through the dead body and see if I can get his money back. And if I can't find it, I ask the rest of them to cough it up.
Yeah.
I'll roll an intimidate check if you need me to as well.
Vodrick is right there and unconscious and has a coin purse. You don't even need to go with the brothers if you don't want to.
Yeah, we'll just pass that along.
Yep.
Yeah, you cut off Vodrick's coin purse and count that he indeed has coin by the dozen on his person, and count off the 6 coins.
I want to give him 12 and say sorry for your trouble.
No, he's got more than 12 gold. If you want to give him the whole coin purse, there's 60 gold in here.
Yeah.
I was going to just give him. Yeah, okay, never mind.
You throw him all of Vodric's purse, and he seems surprised, but catches it and looks down incredulously at this, as this would be, by the sound of it, basically tax revenue for the year, basically. Before he would say, I see you're serious about getting some of my information around here, then. Alright. Well, take it you guys may not know this, but the whole place is supposed to be on lockdown, which is why they attacked you on sight. I also take it that you guys may not know about what's some of the local goings-on, but a lot of these assassin types, or, well, Helmsley's goons, have been going north recently, doing I don't know what, but nothing good happens in that gully.
The goo.
You guys look like you came from the south, or at least... Yeah, you don't have much of the dirt you'd expect from the gully. On your boots, that is. But if you're heading up that way, you gotta be careful.
I'll pop in and ask him if he knows when the gully started getting its reputation for that name. I'm essentially asking that to see if it lines up for my backstory, timeline-wise.
The gully's always been strange, but it's never been quite so dangerous as it has been for, well, last couple of years. That being said, some of the danger, a lot of it, is from these kinds of thugs that make it their business to travel there. Mercenaries and the like that. Lawlessness, almost, or just the edge of lawlessness. Where the bandits go when they're not being hired to go fight in the south. It's always had that kind of reputation, but yeah, recently it's gotten pretty bad. I don't know what's going on with Helmsley, or what's going on with the gully itself, but there's a lot of weird rumors you hear about that place, and you hear some weird screaming from there sometimes too.
I'll nod and step back and let JP continue.
It definitely has the roughly correct timeline, although you aren't sure if it's conflated or not, but it's ambiguous enough that you're not sure how you want to take it yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going... That's what I figured. Okay.
Do you want to ask this guy anything more specifically? He seemed to know a lot about, well, the stuff you got in that letter, so you think this guy might be a duplicate lead, but maybe he's got some more local info if you were looking for that kind of sort of thing. Or you can get on and start interrogating Vodric. You can resuscitate him because you got healers if you want to, get him knocked out. Otherwise, it would normally take a while for him to recuperate enough to wake up and not be unconscious.
Now we could try to get him up, I guess.
You wave the blacksmith off, or not blacksmith, sorry, butcher off, and he would say that if you have more questions or need some more help, just come in and get him, and if you want some fresh meat for your road, come and visit him before you head out. Before you guys gather around Vodric, you've got him set up, leaned up against this trough over here.
Wait, before the butcher goes, I want to tell him it was nice to meet him.
He would pause for a moment and kind of return the greeting before he pauses like halfway through, and he narrows his eyes at you, seeing that you were saying that just to make the pun. Before he would chuckle and not return the greeting, but remind you that the offer still stands if you want to get some fresh rations before you go. Before you guys all gather around Vodric for real this time. He's not going to be able to go anywhere with all of you surrounding him. What did camera roll 1 for?
That is another net 1 for my heal check on Vodric.
Thankfully, you don't need a goddamn heal check. You just use an ability.
I don't want.
I can 10 wounds
If I
him
need
to
it
keep
in
him.
the next 12 seconds.
Do you want me to 10 wounds him just so he's real low but awake, or is 10 wound not going to be able to do anything to his?
You just use any healing ability and you can heal non-lethal damage.
All right. Not 10
Fine.
wounds because it's going to be real small.
If you guys want to take Cameron's one and just like fuck him up for no reason, go
Slap
for
him
it.
awake, basically.
Smelling salt.
Cameron is just the world's worst medic today.
I used up all the good stuff on the people who weren't bugged.
Yeah, you say that hippogriff. Worked.
Sure.
Yeah, that now a bird can fly. You're welcome, world.
As Cameron begins giving him chest compressions, and you can hear him like heaving Tipev, the guy, Vodric, you kind of push Cameron aside and say, "Let me do this," and just put some bandages on his head. You know, the place where he's actually hurt. And after a couple of moments,
Have we tried draining his blood?
we do have
Yeah,
that trough
do
next
you
to
have a
you.
leech? Do you have a leech on hand?
What about using acupuncture and suction cups?
Who needs a leech to suck stuff?
As Tipev
Try
begins,
breaking fingers to wake him up.
Oh god. Stop.
Yes, Tipev begins to bandage him around, and you can hear some groaning before his eyes open, although a little bit unfocused. And as you continue to tend to him, he slowly picks up more and more focus, and you know you've done the courtesy of disarming him because you're not stupid. As he would kind of reach down to his hip idly and not find anything before reaching up to his head and groaning. Not sure if you want to, but you probably don't need full restraints if you have 4 people within, attack of opportunity range if he tries something fast.
Yeah.
As Vodric would say something in Orcish, which none of you can understand, before he'd ask, "Wait, oh god, it's all blurry. I was in the butcher shop and then I was in the ground." He seems to have, no recollection of getting his ass handed to him, which is not very good because he doesn't seem to be, too intimidated by you guys yet. But he probably will get there if you just give him a second to recuperate. Unless you want to start, pressing the attack now and intimidate him and try to get him while he's still a little bit dazed.
I'll just take a step back and let them do their thing.
I'd give him a second if it were me. I don't know what they want to do though. This JP's rival or whatever.
Yeah, him looking around, looking dazed and confused for a moment. He would finally lock eyes with Yaramir, in the normal guise Yaramir takes, before he would kind of get a strange look on his face, before he would say, "I don't remember being assigned with you, and weren't you supposed to be gone or something?" He would then, again, touch his head and groan, as he is trying to get his head in order. You may have given him a little bit of a concussion there, Yaramir, when you slapped him with the base of that sword.
I'd look around at the party, down at Vodric and say, I guess now is as good a time as any. I used to work for Helmsley as an assassin. I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. When I did learn that, I escaped, but I've done a lot of bad things. And pushing us here, trying to go after Helmsley, is me trying to atone for that.
So do you know who assassinated the... What was the name of the manor that we were at?
Dismas.
Do you know who assassinated Dismas?
Yes.
Good, and we can finally get our answers.
It was me.
I can't gasp more dramatically than that.
The orc would nod and say, "Yeah, it was." And what was Dismas? We were gathering up because somebody was sticking their nose in... Wait a second. If you're back and you left, are we trying to guard for you? Oh, fuck, he would say as he grabs his head. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Although, why wouldn't Helmsley just say that then?
He seems to be terrified right now.
He seems to be in pain and trying to, like, put his thoughts in order still. Like, he is swimming in, like, timelines, you can tell. Like, he is trying to put stuff together, and you being in front of him just, like, baffles him. Which, to be honest, it probably should, because you've been gone for, like, a year. And he is apparently speaking of something Helmsley had planned, but he's not sure why Helmsley didn't tell him to keep an eye out for you, particularly, in particular.
As long as this guy's concussed, I'm going to try to get some information. I'll say, I've heard Helmsley is gathering some of the boys together. Who does he have up there with him protecting him?
Helmsley's not doing much. He's been bedridden or something. C's the one doing stuff now.
Is it a hostile takeover, or he's just in charge in place of Helmsley?
Dude, I don't know. C already gave me orders, and from what I could tell, a lot of he would pause and get a little bit spacey for a moment before he would blink a few times and kind of squint in your direction. You're pretty sure that he's putting some stuff together that he shouldn't be telling you this easily, but you did get some interesting details out of him before he came to that realization. Before he would kind of finish by rubbing his head a little bit and would say, if when Helmsley gave C some power and didn't name an error for some reason, and C started spending like crazy on Helmsley's behalf or something. But look, I don't know a ton, but I know that you're not supposed to be here. And it makes sense if C was looking out for you, but it seems a lot just to trap you here, honestly. I mean, you were good, really good, but you weren't good enough for them to worry that much.
Does that make sense to me, Josh? That there's some other big bad? Would Yarmir agree with this sentiment, I guess?
Up to you.
Okay.
You've also heard, it was ambiguous in the note that you got from, what's his name? Civis. The note mentioned a villain and a hero, and you just kind of assumed that the villain was intended to be you. And that the hero was that war hero from down south, apparently, or something, or maybe Helmsley himself. It was written in ambiguous enough code that you're not sure who exactly is it supposed to be. But Helmsley being bedridden and paranoid is news, but also not that surprising, I guess. The paranoid part, at least. The bedridden and C taking over is a little bit more alarming.
Yeah, it seems confusing even if Helmsley is spending this money and paranoid, or if it's C's just the one doing it.
Regardless of this, the troubling implications of all this, Vodrick would look over at you, Yarmir, that is, and would say, but it looks like, if anything, he didn't prepare quite enough. You weren't this good when you left, and you didn't have this many people with you. Maybe he knew more than I thought. Which does make some more sense to you, Yarmir, because if Helmsley was planning for 4 level 7s instead of just you alone, the crazy measures do make a little bit more sense.
Alright. We cut to the chase. Any more notable names around here that I need to look out for? Or...
What was it? We're supposed to... He would pause, again, getting a little bit spacey for a moment, before he would say, there's supposed to be somebody moving through here today, and I needed to take his letter, and... He would pause, trying to parse or recall or do something with it, whatever he was about to say, as he would say, take his letter and swap it.
Alright, give me the letter that you have to swap.
He would reach around idly, kind of pawing at his chest. Not very well coordinated as he does so. Before finally he opens up something in his chest and he can reveal a now blood-stained letter envelope. As he would kind of gingerly look it over, and you can see that it's got a different seal on it, although you aren't sure what exactly the seal is from. Maybe a good knowledge lore check could place the seal, but it's a strange one, to say the very least. I think Cameron's the only lore one, and this is obscure lore for him. Just don't roll another one, Cameron. We believe in you.
Ah, the wrong push it. Alright, 1 second, I'm coming.
As the orc would hold up the letter towards, well, whoever in the group wants to take it. The envelope is very bloodstained. You hope the contents are fine.
Let me see.
Looking at the letter, Cameron, your recent studies with Yarmir are proving pretty useful. As that looks like not any kind of alphabet you've seen around here. In fact, you'd say it almost looks runic. A giant's seal, perhaps? Although the letter definitely looks too small to be, comfortably written by a giant. You'd imagine they need pretty big paper. The orc is just holding up the letter, though, for whoever wants to take it.
I would pass it to Warrior Boy.
To me?
Yes, you.
I don't speak giant, though.
I'll just open it and see. And I also can ask him where he got this letter and why is he swapping it.
You carefully slip the seal.
I mean, I do have giant. I'll try to read it.
Oh.
Read it out loud.
Yeah, you use one of the daggers that you took from Bodrick and kind of slip under the seal. And open it up to reveal a partially soaked through letter. Stained black with the orc's blood. As orcish blood is a little bit darker than human blood. And as you read it, you can see that it appears to be written in Thieves' Cant. Although you aren't terribly familiar with this version of it, as it's written in Giantkin. As you do your best to try to parse out the information here. What's clear and obvious immediately is that this has got to be from the Den of Deceivers. Like, who else would write in Thieves' Cant that's also giants? But all of the place markers and stuff don't make much sense to you. It's a different cant than code that what you're used to dealing with, and if you were given time which you're not sure you have right now, you could probably piece it out, as you are great at learning languages. But knowing what you know now, apparently Civis's letter going up north was going to be, well, the one that you have on hand, the one that you bought off of him, but it was supposed to be swapped here and replaced with different orders going to sea up there. These orders that you have difficulty reading and would need to take time to discern. You're not sure if you want to take the time or if it's more worthwhile to just go up there and crash the party.
So the guy that he was supposed to swap this letter, didn't we catch him coming away from this area?
No, he was heading up here.
Oh,
You
okay.
passed him again on the road.
Gotcha. Is he still heading up here?
He should be.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to swap, and so C's new orders are going to not come from Helmsley, but come from this letter from the Den of Deceivers, which he was just at for some reason or another.
There's a lot of moving parts to this that you're not sure if really fit. But this guy is clearly too low in the totem pole to know what the bigger picture is. And the letter you have, Yarmir, you can put out bits and pieces, but like I said, the way that the Thieves' Cant is written, it's almost like gibberish when you're reading it flat out, and you need to know some of the Giantkin cant in order to get by, in order to, start deciphering it.
I'd say we ask him where he got it and go from
If you
there.
aren't familiar with the Thieves' Cant stuff in real life, JP, it's kind of like the whole, the T code word. Like, the whole thing is written in that kind of, like, doublespeak, which has, an implied meaning.
But in giant.
Yes, in giant, where you're like...
It's giant slang. Coded message.
And you're like, fuck, this is a lot to take in, and you know you probably could do it. You aren't a slouch when it comes to code breaking, but like it's not snap instant. But yes, as you look at the letter and become a little bit frustrated that you know this probably contains some pretty crucial information that is just not quite accessible. And at Quaylen's request, you go back to questioning the orc.
Yeah, I'll just ask him where he got this letter to swap it and who told him to swap the letter that's coming in.
He would, the whole time he's been kind of slouched over and grabbing his head where it got beat. Before he would say, this letter came from the last batch of... who was it? I can't remember him. It's one of the merchants. Kind of got a long nose and crow-like eyes. I can't remember his name. I should be able to. He seems a little bit frustrated that he can't, but would nevertheless go on with it after seeing you guys staring at him intently. As he would say, he was coming back up from up north a while ago, and told me to do this and to swap it with whatever the next merchant coming up with was. I wasn't sure if there was a change of plans or something from the Deceivers, but he basically came from up north with this letter, told to get the next merchant to hand it back up.
And what should you do with the letter that you swap?
That's the normal thing I do, burn them. Unused letters need to go away. Some sort of change in plans communicated from up north to go to that weird intermediary group.
Interesting.
All of this seems very complicated and could be solved with a level 8 cantrip ability, if only they existed in abundance.
Damn, you're right. If only we had someone who could learn them at level 8.
All of this
I'm only a mundane cantrip user, sorry.
All this subterfuge and letter swapping and misdirection for what could be solved by somebody saying, "Hey Siri, message app. This person, go."
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we bought the letter off the guy that was supposed to be swapped, right?
Yes, and the letter
I do
gave
not
you a
recall.
lot of
What
detail.
did that one say?
That letter was saying Sia's been in the Den of Deceivers too long, and he needs to get back. And to say, be careful of roaches, because... And the hero says that the villain is after him. So, like, he's... Essentially, it's C, get back to Helmsley immediately, and this letter's to swap and give some other type of news. So, it's probably telling C to go elsewhere for something, I don't know. So,
Right. Just trying to piece out what the giant one might say based off of
Yeah.
what the original orders are.
I think we ask any more questions we want here, and we just go up to the Laughing Gully. I think in either case, C is being sent in a different direction somewhere or another. This way, we at least get to interrogate him for information and for sure stop back up, and then as we head back south, JP could try and decipher this other letter, and we can kind of go from there. So I'll leave that up to you guys, or mostly JP, if there's any other questions you want to ask him.
Can you make yourself scarce for a few weeks and not go back to dealing with Helmsley and C? Or do we need to get rid of you? How well do I know this guy and what I trust his word, Josh?
He is basically a permanent jobber. He's been positioned around these parts to collect taxes and kind of keep the peace, but like kind of also shake people down for basically as long as you've been alive. So he's kind of, he's not really committed to Helmsley's cause as much as any other thug would be, but, he doesn't really have ambitions as far as you've been able to tell. And he would comment as such, saying, I'll stay here and collect taxes, but as far as anything else, I'll just mind my own business as I lick my wounds, if that's what you want.
Wow.
Exactly.
We kind of gave his gold sack to the butcher.
Yeah. And he gets to live. That's a fair trade.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can trust him to behave once we leave.
Takes his gold pouch back on the butcher.
We're checking him on our way back. And just not tell him. Yeah. We'll just check on him on our way back.
He kind of shrugs and, says it'll take me at least a week or so to get this damn, gash healed up on his head. Although I'm not sure how I'll cover up for one of the quintuplets being dead. Helmsley always found them amusing for some reason.
That I can relate to. As I give a chuckle.
He would kind of clear his throat a little bit and then kind of slouch forward a bit, trying to think hard for a moment before he would say, you guys said you were looking for C for some reason?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I'll defer
So-
to. I'll look at Yarmir and see if he wants to speak on that.
Mainly
and-
Helmsley, but wouldn't mind catching up with C. Why?
It's just... It's been a while, but Has he really been up there that long? I can't remember the last time... I guess it's possible. He would kind of finish that train of thought in his head as he would say, C must have been up at the Den of Deceivers for a long while. I can't remember the last time he passed through here, but then again, he would kind of gingerly put his hand over where he just got fucking brain damaged.
130 brain damage. Right to the dome.
Yeah. Holy crap.
But his memory has been fuzzy and incomplete thus far. You're not sure if it's him messing with you, or messing with his own head, or if it's him recalling something important. Either C's been up there for a long time, or this guy is right and C may not be up there.
Well, our letter seems to think C is up there, unless we're being duped multiple levels. Let's just head up north and see what's the case.
Yep. And I can try to decipher his letter further on the way.
You can, although it's not that far of a journey to Laughing Gully from here.
Murder was the case.
I'd say the only concern we have at this point is the likelihood that multiple letters are traveling with the same info, and we have one, but others might make it there.
Yeah.
The whole information network they got as well, TPAV, is definitely a level of sophistication more than what you've seen in or out of character. So that's fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
What's Josh cooking?
I don't know, but it's going to be bitter when we taste it.
And now we'll change music from the slightly less, slightly funnier funky music to the slightly more tensiony funky music.
Budokai games were great.
As you guys move away from the concussed orc and begin moving north towards the Laughing Goalie, the lands beneath your feet become harsh and rocky and craggy as it transitions from a somewhat rolling plains, enclosed on either side by large forest, to rolling hills and pockmarked land, windswept, and gorged by whatever you'd think. Looks like water ran through there at some point, but a lot of these gullies are, well, way too large for that. And indeed, as you keep on going, Zach, the more familiar this place seems, however, you know that this kind of, geographic formation is somewhat common along the whole area. So, again, with all this ambiguity floating around, you can't be certain. But it definitely feels the same if it's not the same.
I'll be not jumping around, gripping my spear tight, and seem to be on edge. Most definitely.
As Yarmir, with the rest of the group continuing to move, tries to decipher the giant's script. Read plain, the letter seems to be nonsensical to your, mind, and you haven't read a ton of giant literature to, draw a comparison to, but it definitely doesn't read like a saga, and it doesn't read like a, straightforward note. It's somewhere in between. Which is what kept you off in the first place, that it could be, a script or a cipher of some kind. And as you put pieces together, it seems to be hostile in nature, this letter, and you're not sure who it's supposed to be hostile to. But the imagery they're using and the turns of phrases and kind of imagery they're using is certainly, fire and brimstone kind of take. And you're not sure what the deal is, but they're clearly trying to communicate some kind of grave danger. You're not sure if this is supposed to be telling C or whoever the hell to get back super quick, or if this is telling of some other danger. Who the hell knows, but you'll keep on working on it. But nevertheless, you know that you should probably keep an eye out for something, because whatever's got these guys spooked could be having, ramifications for you, too. You've also never seen a script in Giant's tongue before, but you're not sure what to make of it. Most of the stuff that you got tasked for was from Helmsley directly, so why would he bother encoding it in a language you barely use? So you're not sure how common this is for the Den of Deceivers to do this. Is this perhaps from somebody at the Den to see to warn him of some grave danger? Or maybe it's trying to communicate to somebody else about some grave danger? Regardless, that's about as far as you can get in the short 4 hours it takes, the remainder of the, early afternoon into evening.
So I would speak up at this point and say, again, this seems like they're afraid of something, which makes me think there might be something out there aside from us that is spooking them.
I don't think that's a bad thought.
Keep an eye out on everything and see what's going on.
I mean, if he's as well connected as I would assume a spy assassin network leader would be, maybe he's heard about what we've done and is just this afraid, but I do think you could be right in that there could be another threat to him as well.
You guys did take a rather loud congratulations to the Tributary Coast.
Yeah, so it very well may be all of us.
But, as mentioned before, out of character, and indeed for Yarmir's case, this level of misdirection is a tier above compared to what he's seen Helmsley do before. So, You're not sure if he's that afraid of you, Yarmir, or if this is like a multiple alarm situation. Definitely a lot more of a hot situation that you really wanted to have to deal with when you first came here. You were hoping for something a little bit quieter and simple.
I'll give you a hot situation.
Yes, anyway, over the course of the next 4 hours, as you guys move across the Laughing Gully's increasingly erratic terrain, you're stopped near, well, sundown, maybe an hour or two before, with the sound of something in the canyons below. The canyons, as you've gone, went from small gorges, maybe 3 or 4 foot across with a couple of natural bridges, or sometimes man-made bridges to get across them, on a clearly marked road, into wideningly, greater chasms and deeper depths. Now when you look down, it's almost like a miniature canyon. Maybe 30 foot or 20 foot across in some places, and, well, 100 or more feet deep. Very deep. Some of the passages and offshoots are narrow, and some of them are wide, which means there's lots of winds funneling about, Zach, just like that place you were before. And you are stopped as you hear the first shriek of the canyon. And you all stop because it sounds like somebody making a tremendous loud yell. But realize that nobody can yell that loud this long, as the shrieking is really just air passing between the canyon walls. I'll have to pause and get you all an alert. And Zach, for a moment you feel like you can feel some heat. But it's just passing.
What is it, like a giant death whistle?
Yeah, I definitely jump at that.
Is that the kind of sound you're going for, Josh?
The sound is kind of like, you ever heard of, like, the Screaming Dunes? In real life, there are certain deserts that, like, when sand does, like, an avalanche or a cascade, it, like, has a kind of whirring noise.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you get really high-pitched runs or, really high-frequency ones, it can do really high kind of shrieking or glassy crack noises. So that's what you have, is kind of a rising glass cracking pitch that just carries on way too long, like it can't be a person doing it. As air is whooshing through these various canyons, and as it gets further and further and, Doppler affected away, it gets lower and lower tone. But catches you all off guard the first time around. Almost enough that Yarmir, like, drops the letter, but, you keep a hold of it, and Zach's bunny definitely seems unnerved. Before you decide it's probably best to keep an eye on the road in front of you, not only to avoid getting startled by such noises in the future, but, well, the terrain is getting, like, actually dangerous. You're not sure why anybody would bother building a road through this place. Like, why would you, how bad do the roads and, the terrain around here have to be that somebody build a road over this shit? Until finally, it starts getting later and later. The sun is going down. However, off in the distance, you can see something burning. And smoke rising, too. Campfires, by the looks of it, a couple of them. Perched out atop some of these very, very large canyon heads.
I feel very uneasy at that and purposely try sneaking automatically, realizing even though we're so far off.
Not down in the canyons, thankfully, but up above them on the overlooking kind of reaches. So not the same level that you were used to dealing with, Zach, or dreading to deal with.
Yeah.
But even at this distance, you can tell that there are mixed company here, giants and normal small folk. Although at the distance you are, they're just figures in the distance. Perhaps this is, well, some of the mercenaries he had gathered. Maybe he's even among them. Or maybe they're just other mercenaries, but from what you've gathered from everybody telling you around this place, the Laughing Gully is no place for, well, civilized people. At best, they're mercenaries who could be paid off for the night or maybe pumped for information, and at worst, they're enemies.
Let's stealthily approach, I say. And I'm assuming we have a description of C from Yaramir from this walk-in, just so we know who we're looking for to know it's the right set of people and such.
That's right, JP. What does C look like? You never gave me a description either.
Okay, real.
Alright, give me 2 minutes to cook something up.
Cool. Well, I'll have that then.
Quick, 2-minute break. Get water. I'm back. Has JP figured out ChatGPT and his camera returned?
I'm back.
Trying to get
He-
a better one? Give
He
me a
might be
sec.
back. I think Cameron's the only one who's not back. Is Cameron back?
I've not heard him.
Is T-Bat back?
Been here, never left.
Alright. So I will just continue until something important happens for Cameron. So, you guys see fires lit off in the distance as the bunny begins crouching and seems to want to approach. The rest of you aren't sure what to do, but that howling in the caverns below seemingly comes back at regular intervals whenever the winds up here gust, and it seems to get funneled down below. It'd certainly make good cover for, well, your approach, especially if you are worried about them hearing you coming rather than seeing.
I say Lego, or at least I'll go and take a look. I don't, if they're coming, they're welcome to.
I think JP's still cooking his description, so I'll wait for him on that. I don't want to rush him too much.
Give it one more try. Doesn't look good. Just too generic.
Are you using Bing?
Yep.
Betraying you?
Bing.
Good enough.
Ah. I thought you were giving a description, not a character art. Yes, you described him as a grayed out individual wearing a grayed out hood.
Don't forget the cocky, self-assured smirk on his face. Has many plans in motion at all times.
And
The AI had a hard time generating the smirk, didn't it?
It just kept going evil. I had like evil in there, and it kept going like darkness in the background is like ravens flying around and like random shit.
So Bing is default edgy.
Yes, it is edgy.
is Cameron back yet? If not, we can continue for a little bit.
I think Cameron has a no grasp on what 2 minutes is. Or it's also possible that he's not hitting his push to talk and he's just sitting there raging while we're not responding.
He's on Frieza time. He'll be back in 7 sessions. Wondering why the planet's not blown up yet. Alright. Frieza references. Sorry, Dragon Ball Z is in my mind because it's the music. You guys continue to move up, or at least Zach's character has an inclination to want to see what's up. And as you do so, like I mentioned, the sound of the howling, cliffs cover your encroachment. Whoever's up ahead doesn't seem to be too preoccupied about hiding their presence, but then again, a bunch of giants and people sitting out on some of these, canyon walls isn't exactly a subtle thing. And as you get closer and closer, the noise coming from those channels seems to grow louder and louder. Until at last you're within spotting range.
Yeah, not great, but not bad.
That's terrible.
15 ain't bad. It's not like they're sneaking or anything. Thought Josh's answer. Apparently,
No, you're getting revealed.
I was about to say, apparently that is really bad if all I get is a black screen.
You guys are coming from way the southwest, so you're not even on this screen quite yet. You're kind of somewhere, down off to the side. As from what you can see, there is a fire pit over here, which... Don't worry. I didn't have the right fireplace icon. And you can also see, in this area, you don't get to see exactly what... you get a dude on over the direction, which is why you're chilling out. But also over on the left of him, you see 2 small figures and 1 giant kin feature, or figure. And then that's all there is that you can see on the immediate next to you platform. It's also quite a long ways down into the canyon.
Cool.
You can also see much further ahead, another large creature. Several, not this bridge connecting to it, but the next one over. And way off in the distance, just the edges of a fire that's burning.
Interesting.
These guys seem to be mostly camped out on the, the canyons overlooking everything. And unfortunately seem to have lookouts, so you don't dare get much closer than what you have been. However, you've noticed that since you got here, the kind of noise from the canyon itself has, not stopped, which is strange because it was intermittent before when you were approaching.
I'll just kind of move up over here and see if I can get just a better look away from the bridge and where I see the scout being at.
You look over the edge and get a slight sense of vertigo, especially because, your class deals fine with it normally, but just the situation that you're in. And your baggage with this area. As you look down over the edge, and note the long fall and the chasms below. Where?
You should jump, Sec.
Yeah, what good would that do?
What harm would it do?
Me being completely separated from the group.
Nah.
As you look down at the dried riverbed and the small rock structure that seems to be blocking your view down here. And as you look down, you start to feel yourself needing to control your breathing, as the sound is much more loud now that you're looking over the edge of it, and it seems to be filtering through these areas. But as you're looking down at it, you swear you can almost see, or see something trailing down there, and you think it's smoke, but it really shouldn't be. You don't. You think you might be panicking a bit.
Yeah, I'll take a couple steps away from the edge. I'll go to about here to see if I can see over, but not go closer to the edge. And if I can't see much, I'm just going to turn back to the guys.
Well, what you're trying to look at over here is just the edge of the next thing, where you don't have great sight lines, but it's the next platform, basically, that you're trying to look at over here.
Yeah.
But like I said, your initial spot check wasn't good to identify fully everything on that next platform. You just know that there is 2 small figures, 1 big figure hiding in that fog of war just beyond what you're seeing, and then you can see 1 more big figure in the next platform over.
Yeah, and there doesn't seem to be a way around to the other side.
Well, not without going down and climbing back up.
Okay.
No, don't jump.
I'll regroup back with the rest and report and essentially say, I will look at and think of one very particular thing. I will take a good, hard, long look at the bridge and estimate if Rhino is going to be a problem or not.
I was just looking at that myself.
You would imagine that if they have giants posted around here, the bridges can probably support them. Maybe not 2 at once, and maybe they'll be a little bit rickety, but like the big figure you're seeing over there had to get from a platform somehow, and if this place is indeed the stopping point for mercenary giants to go north and south, yeah, hopefully the bridges can support big things.
Okay, cool. I'll head back and I'll give 2 options. I'll mention they have a person on an outpost and essentially 2 platforms with 1 bridge over, and it looks like there's a scout, essentially. So we're not going to be able to go over that bridge unseen. So we do one of 2 things. We either approach and try and get over without starting combat, which very well may be difficult to do, but we can try, or we just run over and start fighting. With giants being over in this area, I'm sure the Rhino will have no problem going over. So either we just kind of headlong rush in. I don't know what things will look like for that secondary platform, or the only other way to kind of get maybe a multi-pronged attack or get in from the backside from this side of the canyon is if someone goes down and climbs back up. And I think that could only be me, and I would prefer not to, but if everyone is saying we should do that, then I guess I will. Otherwise, I think we just start going over the bridge and whatever happens, happens. And if anything, we have Yaramir in the back, and he can try and sneak over, and we can be used as a distraction going first and such. So, but I think that's my bet is we just start going over the bridge, and if they start firing on us, I can get over there real quick and stop the archer, and just go from there.
It doesn't seem like there's much traction right now. If Cameron's gone and we only have 50 minutes for this combat, I would rather do it in a larger chunk.
Where the fuck did he go?
Yeah.
Said 2 minutes and he just collapsed from COVID. Thanks, Joe Biden.
But I think getting right up to the start of combat and just ending there is sufficient enough. Is everybody okay? What are you guys leaning on for Zach's plan of him ambushing on the side, or flanking on the side, going down the canyon, coming back up, versus just run down the bridges?
I mean, if he wants to risk it, by all means, go for it. But running down the bridges, may as well.
I would prefer to. I'm not jumping down and climbing up unless everyone thinks that is the go-to plan.
Can you even climb it? Like, I don't know if that's a given. Like, sure, you don't take fall damage for failing, but is it a good idea to?
I mean, I have the acro to do it.
Okay. Because I know I am definitely not statted for climbing. Go
I
figure.
am. I'm the only one who. Well, I guess Yarmir might be too, but
Well, okay,
it's
so
not risk
one
free
thing
for
I will
Yarmir.
say,
yeah, it's not risk-free for Yarmir. It's risk-free for me.
you move so fast that you could probably go to the end of the bridge and wind wall to cover our movement forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think the bridge is as risky with that
Oh.
in mind.
Or I just run and kill the archer. Either or, yeah.
Yeah. Why not both? I mean, there's no
Yeah.
saying you can make it there in one turn, but how long is the bridge?
I don't know.
He's switched maps on us, so I can't do some
Sorry, I'm here.
estimation.
Stephanie
Did you
came
trigger
to pick
your
up
life alert? Jesus.
Stephanie came to pick up the baby.
Ah,
Nice.
that's 40.
Now I can talk. What did I... Combat sound?
No, just kind of preparation for it. So, yeah, I think we just kind of approach and go towards the bridge, and I can use the wall or just kind of go over and try and nuke them and go from
You
there.
could move wall, then move and nuke him. Because...
Duke?
Yeah, Duke.
What you've missed, Cameron, I don't know how much you've been able to overhear, but
Literally 0. I
Yeah.
had to take that one off.
they, JP's character tried to decipher the message, and all he got was, that,
What the fuck?
yeah, looking at the cone measurement, all he got was that it was, the letter that got swapped out was one very dangerous thing for another,
Oh.
When did they add these?
just recently.
I'll never have to fucking try to do it myself again.
Yeah, and you can change the angle of the cone so it doesn't look as dumb.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
They don't have the round version of the cone, which I wish they would. Like the actual circle.
The only unfortunate
like
part is
that?
you cannot. So like how his holy is like 3 wide, you can't right click and then like backtrack it. You just kind of have to like imagine how his holy lands at the distance it does, because it does weird things.
But what you missed out, Cameron, was them explaining, or rather, JP's note explaining that like whatever's getting swapped out here, they need to communicate that there's something very dangerous, and that it was some ambiguity of if C is out here. Hey, Zach, figure out how to make it wide, Deepev.
Yeah. You literally,
Oh, how'd you do that?
There's beam width.
Oh, there is
10,
beam width.
15.
Hell yeah.
There you go, Cameron. You don't need to make weird shapes anymore.
Ah!
Thank you, JP, for the fucking cancer.
That's what my AoE looks like. I called it.
I should not have shown this.
Battlefield wide. Just like. You can make it 180.
Can you make the cone more than 180?
No. It maxes at 179 technically.
No,
But
it looks like
it's enough.
JP's got more than 180 there. It looks
I'm in a cone. I don't know what JP's using, but I can't make it. If I type
I'm in a cone.
200, it goes to 179.
Zach's got 359
Yeah.
up like there.
Yep.
Oh, I think it's because it's the difference between flat and rounded. Like you can't make more than 180 at rounded.
Oh yeah, it's flat.
flat.
rounded.
But rounded can go. I can go 359 as a. You can use the rounded cone and make it almost a circle.
And here's a cool thing: click linger instead of instant. I can be clicking on
Oh yeah, you can fucking
You can
hold
leave
it.
it. You can,
I can't wait for my screen to be filled with fucking just squares and circles from all you guys just leaving them.
I'm
Well,
looking
yeah,
at
but
I'm
it
looking at
leaves
character sheets right now and leaves it. As long as you don't click on the screen, it just leaves it there.
That's sick because that means you can just like leave a grease somewhere so that it's not forgotten.
All right,
Or,
guys,
you know,
wait, no combat tonight. We're just figuring out the new shapes.
This is cool.
It's so much room for activities.
Uh-oh. Where's the bed gonna fall on?
All right. So what you missed, Cameron, to try starting this off for the third time. JP's note made a reference of basically trading danger for danger. So whatever's going on up here may also be some dangerous bullshit, because any of the danger that was recounted down there was, well, probably from Helmsley and about the situation down south. So wherever you're going is out of the frying pan and into the fire. Additionally, Zach got close, and as you guys moved closer, there was basically weird kind of the cliffs are screaming at you.
Yeah, I heard the explanation of like the screaming dunes and stuff as well.
Yeah, the cliffs are screaming at you, and the closer you get to this place, the more they're screaming at you. And now it's basically like a continuous din in the background as Zach looked forward and scouted and saw that there are a couple of well-guarded bridges in your path ahead. You're not sure exactly who these people are, but based on the reputation of this place, they probably aren't friendly, or if they are friendly, you'd bribe them off because they're mercenaries. And as Zach looked around, there was a path that you could take to go down and around them, but that's quite a fall if you fuck it up. And there's also a path straight ahead if you want to punch the defenses. And Zach said that if you guys are really wanting to, he could, do the fall and come back up. But he doesn't like that idea.
Yeah.
I don't
Let us
think I
close
like
to
that
the
idea.
Middle then.
My character saw someone he didn't think was there down there, and so he doesn't want to go do that alone because he knows there is something there.
Well, let's not do that because Yarmir does not want to go down the cliff.
Cool. We're going across the bridge, boys.
I think they might have broke moving your shapes though. I can only use arrow keys on this. I can't drag it with my mouse anymore.
Is that a human archer or something else?
They're human archer.
Okay.
A small folk archer, for the very least.
I'm afraid to ask if small folk is what I qualify as.
You're not a giant, so... It's not a giant or a giantkin, it's small folk. JP, drag yourself on the map, please, so I can add you an initiative. There you are. You guys set up on this edge of this cliff here, looking over, trying to figure out the best line of attack, before you realize the simplest has served you well before, and while it is quite a long sight line to try to fight through. Very long for TPAV, in fact. Straight up the middle is probably your best bet. You have the cover of darkness on your side, and the cover of this loud kind of moaning noise coming from the cavern. So your aggro line is anything that's within 100 feet. Is this visible to you guys? It should be.
I say we try sneaking. Any objections?
Yeah, and I think you
I'm not
lead
very
the way.
sneaky,
I think,
but I will try.
yeah, I think at the very least we give a 30-40 foot head start to the rhino to sneak. So if it doesn't
Yeah,
work,
I'm gonna
he's
take-
closer.
I'm gonna take my adventure auto 15 on this sneak check, making it a 21.
That's your aggro line. Go up as far as you want before that, and then the sneak
think-
checks will ensue from here as you guys are encroaching.
Yeah. I think we'll go up to it. We'll give the rhino 30, 40 feet, and then we'll start sneaking, following after him.
Myself the auto 25.
Cameron, do you want to move closer or?
Yeah, I'll move close.
All right,
You know it's fun.
everybody ready? You can make it there.
I can
Like
make it to the
now.
archer in it instantly. The archer's 135 feet away. I got 140.
All right, let's begin this nightmare. 21 sneak.
What do I roll for sneak?
1d20 plus your
plus.
sneak.
So 1d20.
Yeah, we're letting the rhino go like 40 feet first, and then we'll go.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Oh,
Shit.
dude, that's 3 1s tonight.
I know how you feel.
Yeah, but it's cool when you do it. Cool for
You
us.
did it
at
during the mook fight.
So the rhino,
All right, let's see how good the sentry is, guys.
the rhino moves in.
And is instantly spotted.
Okay. Your nat one doesn't matter, Cameron, because we were all seeing.
Yes, it's all T-Pad's fault. Everybody remember.
Fucking Eagle Eyes over here, just immediately, just the rhino starts. For once in your life, T-Pav, somebody notices the moving boulder.
Strong back, strong eyes, that archer.
I would like to ghost whisper back into the rabbit's ear. I'm spotted.
I know.
As you are not in bowing range yet, and the screaming of the canyon means he can't talk to you, but you can definitely tell he's got an arrow notched.
Oh.
Dude, are we just... Oh, is
Alright.
this just an automatic combat?
You're not sure, but you don't think negotiations are going to go very well when you can't hear each other over the screaming chasm.
I look back at the rabbit and just say, "Are you gonna just kill him?"
If I can hear him, I can say sure.
Yeah, you can hear each other on this side of it. You just like over the canyon wall is hard to hear, or over the chasm. Line up the gap.
I'm gonna kind of stand up and wave at him, just trying to distract him from the rabbit that is probably going to launch himself now.
Yeah, the rabbit takes a sprinting position as you stand up and start waving, and he is clearly still looking at you, trying to figure out what the hell you are and what you're doing here. Before Zach, you said you're just you're taking off.
Oh wait, here, hold on, Josh. Just for some flavor, the rhino makes a tea drinking motion at him to try and confuse him because I know the password.
Yes, taking off.
All right. This guy is clearly aware this is not a sneak round. This is an initiative thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone roll initiative.
Yeah, and you definitely want to kill this guy because he will spot you and ruin your sneak.
Yeah, I am real flat-footed right now.
Cameron just moves on. No, Cameron. You have to be where you put yourself.
I didn't move myself.
Your character moved. Why'd your character move?
No, for me, it should have... I was pressing up in the thing to...
Oh, you pressed
Not
your
moving
arrow
myself,
key.
guys. It's just a glitch.
You arrow keyed up, and it moved your character.
Yeah, but I was in the chat. It was scrolling through chat messages.
Oh, damn. I moved. JP 2024.
I was like, why is JP there? I should be there.
I honestly don't remember exactly where I was. If you need me to move more, let me know. Because without that giant cone of sight or whatever we had up before, that's what I used as a reference to move forward.
I think you were there, but...
Yeah, I think you were like there-ish, yeah.
Alright, Claylan, you are indeed on top of the order for anybody who matters for this. So yes, this goes off without a hitch. As...
Here's
you
the fun. Yeah.
sprint past Oop, that's not what I want to measure. Measure line.
Everyone was still set to cone or circle.
Yep, as you can manage to sprint over the whim rather quickly, and as you do so...
Yeah, I get to see what hell I'm running it
Wait,
directly into.
wait. Can you can you forceful gust him off the cliff?
I was just debating on if I'm attacking him or gusting him off the cliff.
It's a spell to hit though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Any way to make that an auto hit? Probably not.
not without luck.
Man, because that would just be way funnier. Where's Feng Yi when you need him? The actual int user who can just shove people off cliffs.
Oh,
Yes,
wonderful.
the superior build. I don't care how many times Josh tells me I'd lose the 1v1 to Revan.
I am a big fan of the Hurricane Blade push build. I would play something Mimi just so you can, like the Trap Prankster, just so you can bowling ball, or like fucking like play pool and just sink them into CC pits forever. Imagine pushing someone into grease repeatedly.
Now for Cameron's favorite, the baritone solo.
Screw it. I don't have great into hit, but
Oh no!
I
You're
don't.
gonna try it.
I don't want a tornado swirl right now. So I'm just gonna try a forceful gust.
This is a genre of music that I did not appreciate when I was younger, but the older the more I like this shit.
Timeless.
It really is. I'm getting old. I've been watching baseball stuff on purpose.
What do you mean, like spring training?
Like baseball videos online.
Yeah,
John Boy Media. Oh, Zach
I
wins.
credit.
Whoa.
How
Zach,
deep a fall did you estimate that as, by the way?
this is 100 feet. As
Oh.
Zach just sprints, just 150 feet in 6 seconds, half a football field in 6 seconds. Eat your heart out, Combine.
Is that a dancing?
Yes, that's what dancing.
Gotcha.
Fully burdened, and then threw this guy off a cliff using a strange tornado technique. Basically, just puffs out a hand and just blasts him up in the air as he falls down almost assuredly to his death. However, is it his turn? He's near the bottom of the order, but we'll add these guys to the turn order now.
I love it.
The dice definitely rule of cooled for you, because that's the... That should not have worked. I just want to point that out.
Oh, I mean, he probably
What's your
had like
int to hit? Oh, 3?
2.
Yeah, so, I mean,
it might have even been 2.
without the crit, yeah, that probably would
I mean,
maybe
he
still
probably
work, but...
he probably had like 2 wills. So
I have not seen Tarkog or Reiner roll their initiatives. Oh,
I did.
there it is.
Mine was 11.
Mine's 28.
I just didn't punch it in. I am probably last.
Did you hear me, Josh? Mine's
Yep.
20. Okay. I thought I saw you said you saw it, but I couldn't. I wanted to verify.
So, it's this guy's turn. I'll roll his fall damage on his turn, but he gets pushed off 30 feet.
Before I get off later, and I'm not talking about the Discord, Zynga, I need you guys to do a simple math problem for me that I had to explain to my whole class of adult.
okay.
As Quinlan knocks the guy off, and you can see over here a guy in a felt hat would point his sword over at you and would say, finally you can hear him after that cutting over, as you can finally hear somebody say, "What the hell? Oh my god, he killed Jeff." As you just blazed past him and blew it over.
I look down the cliff and I say, I don't think he's dead yet.
As he begins moving towards you, and let's see, 16, yeah, he can do 40. But can't do anything else yet. As he looks over worriedly towards the bridge that you just crossed. I don't think you guys are 100 feet yet, but he definitely is like keeping an eye out for what the hell's happening when you get in range. Zach, as you look down at the guy that fell and across the bridge, you can definitely see that there's something murky down there, as the guy is, a little bit more opaque than he should be.
Good thing I didn't
Yarmir, it's your turn. Good thing you tossed a person down there instead of a rock.
Josh.
Good thing I displaced someone that wasn't me down there.
Josh, combat question.
Yep.
So that guy nat 20'd my sneak. Does my sneak at 21 still have to be beaten by the others?
Yeah.
Is there?
It's individual.
Gotcha. So JP still has a chance as well to not be seen.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, JP, what's your natural one? Did you take your 10 or whatever?
I took my, auto 10 plus 15.
10 plus 15, you said?
Yep.
So, this dude finally has a chance of stinging. He does not beat a 25 with his 12 roll, though. So he moves in, and then Raynor, you want to move in with your natural 1 sneak, almost tripping over yourself?
Yeah. Is this in combat now? Like, I know that seems obvious, but okay.
Initiative
I'll
has
just
been
move.
rolled.
I'm gonna move right here, like just right outside of his range. I want to stay back a little bit, so I'll move like 30 feet, but not the full 35.
Wait, hold on. Where
Is this
are you going?
Is this an archer range?
Where were you and where were you going?
I have moved 30 feet from where I was. Why are you asking?
What's your max?
35.
Okay. Yeah. Because rhinos have a shove action, so if you wanted some free movement, I could basically bring you along when I move forward.
You guys are pretty good without. I'd save it for like if we actually have a situation that pops up where I need.
It's not a cooldown. But
It's just something he does.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
I mean,
something
yeah,
I
shove me
do.
forward then, yeah.
Okay, so then move forward a little bit. Use your full movement, basically.
That's my full move.
And I believe right now we're technically sharing this space, but no one's near us, so we're fine.
Push me closer.
Push me!
Push me closer, big ol' rhino, or I don't know, something.
As the giant over here looks kind of questioningly what the heck's going on and also attempts to spot. The bunny's obvious, but he's looking across the bridge too. Again, not that great to notice what's going on. As he looks over to Zach, and Zach, you can tell that this giant is not like one you've seen before. It's only got one eye.
Oh.
And additionally,
Son of a bitch.
it's a lot more, well, lean, but still pretty damn muscular. It's leaner and taller than an ogre.
It's the alien from Lilo and Stitch that likes mosquitoes. Bleakly?
As he moves over with deceptive quickness.
It's an endangered species!
Deceptive swiftness for a giant. You're used to ogres who are lumbering. But this one actually seems to be like a well-proportioned, normally sized one.
I didn't know ogres were made out of wood this whole time. Thank you everybody. I'll be here for about another year.
Before he would tentatively kind of whip around his... he'd kind of spin his mace backwards, just to, like, get it, positioned in his hand properly, like you would with, like, a blackjack. Just messing around with it, flipping it. Before he would attempt to feel you out with a simple overhead smash.
Is he
Again.
2 or 3 hexes wide?
He's too wide. I can draw it.
Okay.
What do you mean about another year, Karen?
However long it takes to finish the game.
Oh, gotcha.
Finish the campaign. We got about 3 weeks before Josh tells us to fuck off because he's burned out.
That's true. And that's why I'm making it easier for him to play in sessions by slowing it down with bad jib.
14.
Yep, as the feeling attack doesn't go anywhere, as he slams down in the spot that you just were, but he once again pulls back the mace with quickness that you're not used to.
It's like a toothpick to hit.
This kind of quickly, attacking, moving, prodding is methodical in a way that is not like an ogre, and that makes you a little bit unsettled.
This is a fucking duelist ogre.
Josh?
He's a Cyclops, JP. He's got one eye.
Josh?
Yo.
Can I do... I don't recognize this ogre, do I? Or this giant?
No?
Okay.
I mean, did you have a Cyclops in your backstory?
I beat the shit out of a nondescript giantkin for my polearm, and he's not dead. So I was just the Rhino is keeping an eye out for him coming back for revenge. Not the same one.
This was it. This was the long con.
Yeah. As one of the archers would turn and look back over here, he's hearing the commotion, and to see if he can spot anything. Nope, he does not have 12 spot. They're good eyes, but they are not that good. But T-Pav, as he moves over here to get a line on Zach, you can definitely tell his eyes flick over to Cameron, and by extension, you.
Howdy, see ya.
What is it? He must have great vision. My brand.
Ironically enough, I'm the one who stuck out like a sore thumb.
As Zach, he would level an arrow in your direction and take careful aim.
Son of a bitch.
Just win wallet.
This marksman or something?
It's their patient aiming.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if they take a turn to channel, they can get an auto crit on you, and that's not good.
I don't like being hit. I definitely don't like being crit.
As this guy is flapping his arms in the air, doing his best impression of a bird. Before he falls the 100 feet and attempts to reduce the fall distance length by using an acro check. That's how this works. You reduce the effective distance by equal to your acro check. Wow, he rolled pretty good, so he's only falling from like 75 feet effectively, guys.
Oh, God.
Oh no, that's only like 40 some odd D6.
Just ask Austin how that went.
Every morning I wake up and I break my leg.
That's how much damage he's taking, by the way.
Yeah.
You take a d6 per 10 feet you've fallen. So you take 1d6 for the first 10 feet, 2d6 for the second 10 feet, 3d6 for the third 10 feet, etc. until you reach your fall distance. There is no explosions in fall damage because it's just terrain damage. As he takes 111 physical damage.
That's like a level 6 dragon fist punch.
Yeah. That's 33 D6, I think.
As he hits the ground and his legs just kind of shatter on impact beneath him as he begins bleeding out down there. Not a pleasant way to go. Not quite out of the initiative order. As Zach, you can definitely tell that there's some wispy stuff going on down there when you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's Tarkog's turn.
Cameron, you would hear the Rhino grumble, "Fuck, we've been spotted. Come here." And then he takes you by essentially the nape of your neck and
Jesus.
drags you with.
I want to. Yeah, I actually don't want to do anything.
Placing you here.
Now, Cameron, do you want to oppose his strength check?
Yeah, do you want to oppose the strength check?
No.
Okay. You do
Right?
have a choice. It's a strength. You don't meta, but does the character, the priest, try to resist being moved around by the Rhino is the question.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I
then yes,
scream
no.
like a little girl and hope no one hears it.
Don't worry, you're close enough to the canyon that it's loud.
Like, yeah, did you guys hear that really bitchy scream the Canadian did? You know the scream that the kid does when his brother, he throws the ping pong paddle at his brother? It's like that, except like more scared and like surprised.
I don't think you can be more scared than that kid.
Not like terror, but like shock, you know?
Yeah. Surprise, I think is the word you're looking for. Yes, the Rhino
Yeah,
drags
I'd
the
use
priest
that
and sets
originally.
him ahead.
Alright, Clellan, top of the order. As this giant in front of you seems ready to throw down.
I'm going to go 10, 15, whatever, to there. And I'll toss out a wind wall that's 20 feet up to 10 feet in front of me, 20 feet. Actually, I think it would probably be there. 5, no, sorry. It would be across that. That's It would be across there. Those hexes would be protected because that's 10 feet in front of me across. Yeah, so I'm casting Wind Wall there and preparing for a fight.
The guy with the strange felt hat would try to figure out what you just did before he would curse a little bit and comment to his, ogre friend that this one's an unusual one. We could be ready for anything. Before he would approach you with a rather, again, prescriptive kind of dualistic stance, as he would throw a probing blow at you. Landing the hit.
Okay.
Dealing 24 physical damage and reducing your armor by 3.
Those 2 explosions. I take 13 damage. You said reducing armor by 3?
Yep.
Okay.
That is his turn. Yarmir.
Good to hear and then turn. 25 sneak for anyone who gets a spot against me at this point.
Nobody has spotted you. They've spotted everybody. The archer has got good eyes, and he spotted everybody but you so far.
Okay.
Raynor, it's your turn. You just got pushed. You got put down, and there's a rope bridge in your way that everybody seems to have run across without fear. But that's a long way down. How are they able to do that?
How far is the bridge? I don't remember how to draw the lines.
The bridge, you would end up about halfway across.
Oh, okay. Can I move and hold an action?
Yeah.
Okay, I
you
would
can
like
also use
to.
an action because people will be in range.
Oh, yeah. Maybe can I just buff someone or something?
Yeah, you can buff me.
You could also buff me.
Look at the rhino and say, I cannot jump this distance. You'll have to toss me.
Choices.
I'll
Giving me
buff the
strength would be
rhino.
terrible.
Yeah, but it's
I
going to take
remember
you 3
T-Pad
turns to get in
giving me-
combat.
Well, maybe. Because I've got 25 movement, teleport 25 for free.
I'll
yeah.
buff you now.
Well, actually, no, because I could go 25, 50, and then
Yeah, in
tug.
either case. You can buff either of us, Cameron.
Yeah, it
I'll,
doesn't matter. Can you
I'll-
reach him?
I think. Well, I don't want to stand on the bridge. That's the point. So
Right,
I don't
that's
think
the-
I can hit Quail.
Oh,
So,
then no, you're buffing
I think
Rhino.
I'll just buff T-Pav, and I will stay here for now.
Give me strength.
Yeah.
Ask how much strength? Charisma over 4, isn't that only
Do I have a button?
4?
Yeah, you should have a button for that.
I'm looking. I see initiative.
Inner fire.
Dark Divines.
Inner fire or warped fire. I don't know if you're in light or dark form.
4. Nice. 4 strength. 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt.
Poggers, as the kid would say.
Actually, 1 second. I might be able to actually put that into agility and get 5 move speed. Is that worth?
No.
No?
Probably.
Okay.
No.
Just an idea. Yeah, I put it in strength. It's the Cyclops turn. Good luck, Zach.
Thank you.
The Cyclops would once again look over towards the bunny and approach.
Zach. Has anyone forced out your flutter yet?
No, that's what I'm gonna use for the giant. I was saving it.
You're gonna make him look stupid.
Before he would attack.
Take my auto 13.
Auto hits beat 13s.
Oh,
Ruh-roh.
that bitch.
As he lays down an auto hit on your place, although it doesn't hurt that bad, surprisingly. Dealing
I guess
16 physical.
Okay. That's sad.
What the hell was that?
That's 8. I don't know. But I technically still have that dodge because it doesn't incur a reflex check, but that only depends on the archer, so. I knew I should have dodged the purple hat.
Yeah, but your
guys
wind
then.
wall is up. He can't
He can
shoot
move.
you at the moment.
He can move.
Not with patient.
Yeah. But
So I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Zach isn't proned right now, right?
No.
I wonder what the fuck he did. Josh, am I dumb? Isn't there like a physical check that you can, like almost like a physical version of a spellcraft where you can see what they're doing?
No, not usually.
Okay.
The only one that existed like that was in Soulspire for a Martial Ascendant.
Okay, so I was thinking of Soulspire. Never mind then.
As that guy, not knowing what's going on with this, would still loose his shot into the wind wall, where it becomes non-effective, as he has never seen this ability. But he has learned pretty quick that he can't shoot through it. As he would curse and notch another arrow, looking for easier, softer targets. Actually, we skipped Cameron's turn.
No, he buffed me.
No, I buffed.
Oh, he buffed, okay.
I gained 4 strength.
Yep, easier, softer targets, aka
I was gonna
Cameron.
say, did I miss a whole rotation?
No.
Like, man, I don't think I was spacing out that hard.
Yeah, as he locks his eyes over on Cameron, saying that he's got no shot at hitting the bunny with that wall in front of him. The other guy bleeds out on the bottom. Not a great way to go. As Tarkog, it's your turn.
All right. So I'm gonna move my 25, and then I'm gonna, I'm now second guessing the reliability of the teleport on the shoes on a bridge. Is this bridge pretty sturdy, Josh?
You step on it you would have to step on it to confirm.
Yeah. I do the first 25 because the teleport is a free action.
As you step on the bridge, it sways underneath your weight, but it doesn't seem at risk of giving out. It's meant to hold giants. That doesn't mean like you can like run and jump and do stuff across it. It's sturdy, but like you wouldn't want to run like 5 giants across it or something.
Right. Okay. So then the rhino will teleport 25 feet using the once per day on the boots. And then I will auto hit a tugging breeze on this guy to bring him over here with me on the bridge.
Let's use another crazy funk song. Because
I'm gonna have to take medicine real quick. I can't stop coughing.
There you go, more funk. Or not, but the music bot isn't happy. Who'd you tugging breeze, T-Bev?
I tugging breezed the hat guy.
Whee! As you drag him over. And he seems surprised at it. Wait, no, he's not. Hold on. He got spotted. Did you? No, the hat guy did not spot you. So yeah, it's an auto hit for your sneak.
Oh, so I don't have to use the adventure auto hit?
No.
Okay. And then, that's not where I expected him to go. I can still sheer force him from here, right?
Should be able to, yeah.
All right. I'm going to Death Wish for 1 tier of rage and sheer force this guy.
That's effectively an 82.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
All right.
One sec.
You crush his head like a melon. Moving on.
Oh, I don't have to roll the d10 to determine.
Why are you guys so murdery today?
In our defense, those were crits, Cameron.
A crit failure. Yeah.
Is that a difference of 30? Yeah.
You just what is it? The mountain.
Yeah. So that would be 28d6 if that's a difference of 30.
Yeah, sure, roll it. I'm saying you've crushed his head. I don't care what he's got for health or whatever.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so the rhino just basically tugging breezes him into his head and just puts both hands together and just
No,
crushes.
you put your hands up and tugging breeze towards him, and his head just is magnetized to your hands, and you just clap as he gets there.
Yeah, that's we said the same thing but differently. Yes.
You just clap as he gets there and gets tugging breeze, and he's not sure what's going on, but he'll never get a chance to figure it out as Raynor, you feel the sudden urge to vomit well up in you.
Yeah, it's been there.
He just clapped a guy's head off.
Yeah, that doesn't sit right with me.
The rhino looks at his own hands,
With your
wondering
strength.
why he woke up so strong today.
I instantly regret blessing you.
Rip that dude. Rip Bozo.
Rip, squish, all those words, yeah.
Alright, Yarmir, it's your turn. Would you like to open up on somebody?
Hey, you skipped me.
Did I?
Nuh-uh.
You
Alright,
did.
Zach, your turn.
I don't know what is next to the ogre or the Cyclops. If he's 2, I don't know which is the center. I think that's adjacent to him.
I just need to hit this.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's adjacent to him, and then I'll do my wonderful tornado swirl for 76 damage. And he's marked with separate.
Alright,
Oh,
now
Zach's
it's Yarmir's
first.
turn to finally open up on something.
You guys want to start a ska band?
His favorite food, the archer. With like a David Attenborough description of the rogue stalking the natural prey, the ranger.
Old blood dispatch.
Alright, roll a 2 or higher and you auto crit. Well, I guess it's not an auto. Wait, does he still need to roll a 2? I don't even remember. I think
Yeah.
Cause you got a sword. Yeah, you crit. Because you auto confirm with cold blood.
Yep.
As you backstab the archer and drive the wind from his breath. Sorry, yeah, wind from his breath. That's a great way of saying it. As he slumps. Oh shit!
JP just like has an anime scene. He deletes the map and then kills the ranger.
Oh my wow, Moshindaru. Nani? Flashes. The map just flashes
Fucking
around
map
him.
player just goes away.
The fuck?
What kind of sword is that?
What were these druids doing with this thing?
All of a sudden, the rhino just starts plunging into the cavern.
Rhino falls into nothing.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
no.
wait, the bridge is gone.
Yes!
You can't control see the bridge back.
Fucking Wile E. Coyote.
Maybe the bridge is just underneath. Yeah.
Just gotta hit
The map was just up front.
Yeah, I hit delete when I went to click on the dude and I was in the map player. And when you undo that button, it puts it on the top. As you drive the wind out of that guy's lungs as he also falls forward to join his brother down below. Raynor, as you're sitting across this bridge here, I want you to describe your disgust and then do a spellcraft roll.
Yeah, so Raynor kind of felt weird about just like instant murdering those brothers, even though they were scummy earlier. So he kind of like wasn't in the like a normal state of mind anyway. Just kind of like, bleh. And then all of a sudden he sees his friend just range with someone's brain, and it just immediately turns his stomach. Like, can I roll for like a puke?
Sure,
And if it's like sub 5, I just puke.
Go for it. Fort save.
Oh my god. I vomit all over my.
So many nat ones and nat 20s today.
Yeah, I've been heaving since it happened, and then I finally just like let it out. Yeah, since it's a 1, is there like big downside?
I like how he rolled a 1d20 on accident and still got a 1.
He didn't roll an accident. Have you not been listening to him?
Yeah, I said
No,
I
no,
was
no.
gonna-
Oh, is it a fort save's a d6 in combat, is it not?
No,
I said I was.
he's incurring his own. He's saying
Yeah,
monster.
it doesn't matter.
I still figured it would be a d6, but yeah, even with the greater chance to not nat 1, he nat 1 was
Yeah,
my point.
He's role playing that like is his stomach turned? And sure, it's a skill check for fort save.
This
Right,
is the
right.
4th one I've rolled tonight, right? Or is it more?
Right there with you, Cameron. We're keeping pace.
Yeah. Me and you, buddy, we're in this together.
We're going
On
down
opposite
together.
sides, but, so yeah, I just vomit all over myself, and I just like,
Yeah, you look over the edge of the cliff over here and you just throw up, and then you look
Yeah.
down the edge of the cliff and,
and
you like
then
get vertigo.
I want to walk away like 15 feet, like because I
Wasn't there,
get so.
wasn't there a spellcraft? Or
Yes.
are you just completely...
He gets it. He gets it.
I
too.
will do the spellcraft. Maybe that's what breaks me out of my sick.
But- Yeah, you puke from disgust, and then like you kind of on instinct like want to go to a place that you don't get the puke all over you, and you kind of go to the edge of the cliff and you puke there, and then you look down and you get vertigo and you puke again, and then you just scamper back. And then roll for your spellcraft.
Holy shit, my rolls are so bad tonight.
Good enough to tell that something's happening. As you looked over the edge there, and the bodies that you saw down there, just like how Zach's character kind of picked up that there's something wispy going on, you can tell that the body that hit the ground down there, the first one, something is wrong with it. You didn't get a quick enough look at it to see what's going on, but something's wrong, and you get the faint feeling that whatever the hell's going on in this cavern is not normal.
Since I nat 1'd, I was gonna say skip my turn, but then there's a spellcraft. So maybe like I try to get their attention, but I start like dry heaving again, and I'm just like fucked up in the moment. You know,
Yeah, you're trying to yell at them to like.
I'm trying, but like the combat commotion, me dry heaving still, and being like kind of like fatigued from all the shit that's going on, and the what do you call these? It's not a cavern.
Chasm.
The chasm like being loud. I just like can't get it out loud enough unless they're really listening to me.
As the Cyclops in front of you would calmly assess the situation of him now being the last man standing, and would move to take his club from one-handed to two-handed, which is really just a flavor thing. He's already been using his two-handed weapon, but like he'd been swinging it with one hand before, but now he is actually grabbing it.
Better.
Before, like I mentioned, Zach, the fact that he was doing this all a bit calmly before, and is now continuing to do so, as he moves over here, and then, in one horrific motion, speens.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Josh, can my level 10 be a holy hand grenade? My level 11 can be a not holy hand grenade.
A not holy hand grenade.
Unholy hand grenade.
Yeah, the unholy hand grenade. There you go. That's true.
as he deals 23 physical damage to... Hold on, he can move here, and you can get all 3 of you. Bam, as he moves over there and spins on all 3 of you, Garen style, dealing 23 physical damage to all of you. Wait. No, it's more than that. He's got Heroic Strike again. 23 plus 6 plus 10, so he does 33 physical damage to all of you.
Guys, watch out! He's spit it. Bleh.
Yeah, see, grips his weapon with both hands and just, unleashes a swirl. And bashes all 3 of you really strongly. The bunny's now bloodied. Yarmir, I think you're not bloodied, but I think that's a solid hit, India.
It's almost, but not quite.
As this guy's done as much damage to you guys as Crush Gut did, but you also gave him a lot better positioning than you did for Crush Gut.
Yeah, we played that fight like pretty sick.
As that guy falls in the bottom, and Tarkog, you're left with pick on somebody your own size in front of you.
Sir Tarnok?
Sorry, Tarkog.
No, not Tarnok. I'm not even registering it anymore. I can't be here, so I'm gonna go here.
If you're moving, there you go.
And I'm going to shoving Zach back wouldn't trigger an attack of opportunity on him, would it?
Zach does not take tax opportunity.
Oh, right. Okay. The rabbit gets pushed by Tarkog. Is he gonna try to resist?
No, if you're gonna push me, I'll go along with it.
Basically, getting down, Mr. President. Oh, sorry, I'm a little scrambled tonight. Before the rhino moves, he would turn his head over his shoulder, kind of hearing something back, thinking that Cameron might have been ambushed, but seeing no one around him, he moves forward. Raynor. I'm going to adventure auto hit a cruel smash onto the Cyclops, putting him prone and doing 50 damage.
You knock him prone and deal a good chunk of damage, knocking him bloody. He continues to look up at you guys with those eyes that are analytical enough that it makes you unnerved. Quaylen, it's your turn. This guy is definitely a veteran of many fights and does not fight like an ogre.
I'll move over next to him.
Zach, is that math? No, hold on. Sorry, just do your turn.
I'm gonna sweeping cyclone him, which will go into him twice and crit for 104 damage with a DC 10 fort save or be stunned.
He succeeds. Oh. Come on. Not critically, though.
Good 6, Josh. Way to represent.
And then I am going bye-bye. I'm dancing winds away from this guy.
Alright, Yarmir, you got a prone target in front of you.
Multi-strike. Starting with the shank. Can I have multi-strike when I have... No, I can't. I only have one weapon. Okay.
Yeah, you can. Multi-strike is written agnostically of that. It just says attack a bunch, and then if you would hit all your attacks, get a bonus one.
Attack an enemy with both weapons.
It's always been played that you could use it with a two-hand or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, shank.
Roll to hit. That hits if you don't blunder. Heh.
Holy shit.
Unfortunate.
Does that mean anything?
No, he didn't confirm the first one, so it is 2d3 what? 2d6. 2d6. Okay, the top stuff is just the dagger carryover from what it would be.
Yep.
He's still up after that.
All right, another hit.
You did this backwards. The multi-strike goes first, and then it's a shank, because multi-strike has a modifier on it. Doesn't matter, but you're just gonna use your multi-strike button on this attack. Yep, so it'll be 29 if you hit, and you roll the plus. Yeah, unless this guy critically succeeds. Nope. If he yeah, you hit him. So you deal 29 and 29.
Now I get a bonus. Auto attack?
No, the way it works is you attack with all your attacks, and then you get a bonus. So you attacked with your sword once, then you get a bonus attack with your sword. Basically is what just happened.
Okay.
Sorry if I explained that poorly, but multi-strike just basically says attack with everything you got, and if you land all your attacks you got, you get a bonus attack. So you attacked everything you got the first time, and then you got a bonus shank, basically. Alright. Your turn again, Rainer.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of metagaming this, but I see that you guys are probably gonna be fine. So
You're still puking over there.
yeah, I'm just puking. If things go sideways, I'll snap on it.
Maybe you could investigate what's going on down there more.
Yeah, okay. Actually, that's smart. I will do my best to investigate what the hell I saw down there, and just like tiptoe towards the edge.
I would say you know I'm bloodied, but you probably didn't see me get hit by your pukings, and I ran away, so you don't.
I did not hear the beginning of what you said, so
You probably don't notice I'm bloodied because you were puking. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I also think I was probably taking medicine when that happened in the game, so I missed that out of character too.
No, you're good. Yeah, investigate.
What do I roll for that? Is it just like a spot or?
Another spellcraft is most appropriate, I think.
Does that tell me anything?
1 second.
Sorry, I'm never sure if it's a DM deciding how to handle a situation or if I'm just missing something. Because you do that evil shit where, like, you let us say our whole response before you decide to interact with it, so we can't cheese our way out of it.
Hey, Zach.
Hmm.
While the DM does this thing, I think my Cruel Smash is wrong.
Let me look.
I have Adventurer Polearm specialty, which is 2.5 crit, and I think this is set up for the 1.5 assumption on a halberd.
Let me look.
Because halberd does that weird thing where it's 1.5. But Adventurer makes it 2.5. It's kinda weird.
Adventure makes it 2. Should make it 2.
No, it increases it by 1. Increases crit damage multiplier by 1 times, which
Then,
would be go from 1.5 to 2.5. Which
yeah. I think I just increased it by half, so that could be it. Let me adjust that.
Alright. Rainer, as you approach near the edge again, you see the body that you had found before. Down there, being deformed? Something is wrong with it. You can tell that from here, and it's hard to tell what's going on through whatever the strange haze is going on down there. And as you're looking at it, you notice something's weird as well, as you try to strain your eyes and you realize, why is it so dark again? As you look across the way and notice that at some point during this, the fire across the way got snuffed out. That isn't quite right. As you look down again and notice again that strange shimmering haze, and then you can realize why the things don't look quite right down there. The body down there, and the bodies that have been tossed as Tipev squished that one and it kind of slid off the edge down below, and then JP stabbed that one off the edge. You can hear just barely over the roar of the canyon. Something even more grotesque that makes you want to empty your stomach again. A sound of sizzling.
Ew.
Okay, I don't throw up. I actually can, with that 20, can I actually shout it out to the other people? Like, I pull myself together.
Yeah, as you yell out to them that something weird is going on. Something is wrong with this canyon. Something with fire and brimstone. And as you are about to shout it out, it becomes obvious enough that the rest of the party does not really need the message.
They don't what the message?
Need the message, he said. Something's happening.
I just didn't hear it.
I don't like this.
If I cough at the same time, it's just game over for me hearing what's going on. If
As
I'm
you know-
still sick by Monday, I'm going to the doctor, though. So
As you know, something horrible is about to happen when the DM rips the fonk out.
it's much less funky in here.
As you see from below you what appears to be a strange sphere of fire. And just as soon as
Oh,
it comes
no.
up,
Not this song.
I don't know if I've heard this song in a D&D session.
a gout of flame
What the
erupts
fuck is that?
from the entire place and starts to climb up the sides of the canyon, erupting in a great explosion. Zach, you can hear it, and you can feel the rumble of it, and then you can see the rising smoke below. As the bridge is threatened to be consumed by it, but at the last moment is clear of it, leaving some char marks below. The fire fades for a moment. As Zach, you feel a very familiar and terrible tension set in. As you see them, lanterns, really, faces. As the flames are once again rising in the whether they're your making, Zach, or something else in here entirely. You don't know, and to your character at this moment, it doesn't really matter.
Nope. Correct.
As several of these flaming faces come up across the map.
What the fuck is that?
Now
Zach?
you got a point. What the fuck is that?
What would your character like to say, Zach?
I think he's just stuck in shock and awe and horror, and he's about to run. Peace out. Ah, son of a bitch. There's no... Yeah. If I see the one east of me... Actually, I was planning on running north anyway. I'm just running north my next turn.
Running
I'm
away
just-
from Cameron?
I'm running away from these bitches. And there's one south of me and one east of me. And I will soon see one west of me too.
I still don't even know what it is.
Fire faces, possibly elemental, possibly demonic.
Yep.
But
They scared
They,
the shit out of Zach.
okay, Josh.
Yep.
I have a question as the game runner. When you take a halberd, which is 1.5 times crit, a tier 3 halberd at 4d6, buffed by the adventurer thing to make it 2.5, should be 10d6 then, yeah? Because you do 2.5.
Yes, but the
of your
first
dice.
instance is max, so it's 66 plus a max of 46, which is 24.
Yes, but the 66 is wrong, is what I'm saying.
Well, I just wanted to reveal this because this is the end of
Yeah.
session time, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna keep going, but yeah, it is 10:41.
As several complications to this fight erupt all at once, literally erupt all around you.
Yep.
And you're not so certain if your threat from this is these elite goons that Helmsley lined up to you, but even one pack of them did a number on you guys.
We have got to discuss your liberal use of the word goon.
I said it in Facebook yesterday, I'm not going to stop.
Well, yeah, that's like the point of gooning, but
But now, you may have to worry about these flame creatures coming at you too.
you said flame creatures, not preachers, right?
Yes, whatever these balls of flame are that came up here and just fucking lit everything up. Oh yeah, these corpses disintegrated, by the way.
Is all I have to say is the last time I encountered fire creatures in canyons, it did not end well for my party.
Well,
Don't
look,
worry,
That is true.
if no one turns left, we'll be fine.
I'll douse
No,
them with
No,
one.
unironically, the rabbit
dibs,
is fleeing
dibs.
from the healer, so
Dibs.
Is
on
that
turning
the rabbit's?
left. Actually, I am going left this time. I'm going this way, and I'm going up. Yep. And then I'm gonna realize there's some up there, and then I'm just gonna keep running away. And we'll see when I face my fear, because it's gonna have to happen.
But yes, you went from funk to funk. So there's a transition,
Yeah.
guys. But the extra wrinkle happened at the okay time. I had to move the timeline ahead a little bit in the fight, but I think it works out.
The song's
Yeah.
gonna catch.
That works. That was a great kind of spot to end.